Yoink! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul Dragon Cougar's no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go.
The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by Stifel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms. Rooted in St. Louis, where success meets success. Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast, presented by Stifel, baby.
Episode 369.
Yoink!
Yoink. Let's go. Let's go. Create your own thing, by the way.
No, that
Why
is
do you
my
have to
thing.
steal my stuff?
Why you have to,
You steal everything of mine, everything I do. You're better at now, better barbecue. Just everything I do. You want to be me.
You're out of rhythm.
You want to be me.
You're out of rhythm.
I'm the Yoink Man. Create your own. Figure something out.
That's what you are.
The Yoink Man.
You think I strive to be the Yoink Man?
You strive to be something. Create your own Yoink. Find a way. It's okay.
How about
You just got to be creative.
Like, what would be like an example of something I could do?
I don't know.
How about...
I don't know. Just be creative.
No, just hang on. Let
Just
me
be
just
creative.
come up with a couple
No,
different
we're not coming
things.
up with anything.
Because normally you steal my stuff.
Oh, yeah,
and
like
then
what?
turn it into your
Like what?
thing.
Like what?
I don't want to get into
Like
it
what?
right now. I don't want to waste it for the
I
people.
got into hockey because of you?
Probably. Started reading my stuff.
What?
Started reading my stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah, the blogs.
Probably,
I was really into those.
motivated you.
What's up? God dang cold out.
No, it's not.
God dang, it's what it was.
No, it's perfect.
It's
out.
cold, it's hot, it's
Mhm.
cold, it's hot. AC on, heat on, blah, blah, blah. It's crazy in St. Louis right now, man.
It has been unseasonably warm. I can understand what Zegras is saying. When he needs all 4 seasons, he needed to get out of there.
I like 4 seasons.
Yeah, I like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind being in Southern California either, where it's nice every single day. That would be nice also. But, hey, listen, I get it, man. Sometimes you get the same weather every single day. He's from New York, and you just got to spice it up. Hey, can I give a shout-out to the listeners, too? Because a lot of people were listening to me, and I appreciate it. I mean, I mentioned last week that I'm going to New York. My wife is coming up for a couple of days, and I asked for suggestions of where to go to eat and do some things. I mean, people are coming in the droves, man. I'm just
there's a lot of
giving
places
me suggestions, so I appreciate it. I don't know if I can hit all of these.
What'd you guys think? Okay, what does Andy like? Nothing. So we'll pick out a good spot for him.
Some people are giving me like from Chinese to Thai
Chinese?
to Vietnamese to steakhouses
There's a lot of
to
options.
great delis. I mean, just a lot. We're going to be like right close to like Hudson Yards. So I don't know, I think there's a lot of restaurants and stuff in that
Tons,
area.
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons.
But is that where the legendary places are?
Yeah, I think they're sprinkled all over
Where
the
I can
place.
smoke cigars
I mean,
on the inside? Where Al Pacino hung out?
Well, you could easily. If there's only a way to look it up.
Mhm.
If there's only a way to look it up, just look it up. Look up look up the best places.
Famous person ever to come out of New York.
Who is?
Yeah, Sinatra.
No, probably.
Oh, really? You're gonna say a mobster?
No, probably a president.
Oh, yeah.
Who was
from?
I
New
don't
York?
know. I don't know.
Because a
Are
lot of the
these
presidents,
quizzes you're giving me?
A lot of the presidents.
Probably a founding father would be the most famous. There's got to be somebody from New York.
I don't know if they were from New York City.
New York City?
I'm saying New York City. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, president. The most
Babe
popular
Ruth.
The most popular player ever.
No, I'm not saying that.
So
follow me along here. Is it a mobster?
You got nothing, do you?
You
got nothing today.
No, what is it?
Andy's scrambling around.
Is it Al Pacino?
Andy told me his flight was at 11 o'clock today, but meanwhile, he doesn't realize that I get the messages too from Richie Jankowski, and the flight's at 1 o'clock.
I didn't say it was 11.
Yeah, you did.
No, I said I got to go home and pack.
Why wouldn't you pack last night?
I'm not like that, man.
Okay.
I've got some stuff laid out. It's tough to pack when, listen, if I'm going on a 9-day vacation, I just throw shit in a suitcase, man. It's no big deal. I'm not one of these that's like, Monday I'm gonna I gotta wear this.
No.
Tuesday, no, I'm just
But
putting
this is
shit
different.
in. This is different because
It's
I
a
gotta
long
bring
way.
suits
Yeah.
and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it is funny though. Like Andy does act like he's going to fucking deployed in Iraq or something like that. Like you're going on a nice road trip. You could have done all this like yesterday.
Uh-huh.
You could have packed.
No, I did some of it. It's on my mind. I gotta stop by the dry
We had
cleaners.
to get here early. I had to leave work. He doesn't think about that.
Work. Cam acts like he works at like an office.
I get paid to do
9 to
radio.
5.
It is an office, actually. It's a studio. I get paid to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've done that before.
That's okay.
It's okay. You're okay.
You're okay.
It's fine.
You're fine.
It's all good though.
Yeah.
Actually, it makes it's nice. Like they understand. You're going for. We got to do this. We got to get this done.
Yeah,
so
gotta
it's
get
all
this
good.
done,
Got to get it
man.
done, baby. Got to do what you got to do.
Next week we're going to try something a little bit different though, because I'm going to be gone.
Yeah.
You'll probably come in here.
Yeah, I'll come in here.
I'll tell you what to do. So I haven't told you.
Yeah.
I haven't arranged all that
Yeah.
yet. So I haven't told you where to be and what time to be
Yeah.
here yet.
I know.
So
Andy's more important.
So we'll do that. And that should be fun too. I've done that with you last year. I think you were in a hotel and I was
Yeah.
here. So now we're just kind of reversing it a little bit, and it actually worked out really well.
Oh
Did
man.
you do anything fun this weekend?
We had games Friday, Saturday. So
Yeah.
after Saturday night, I went to Mulligan's afterwards. Saw a couple of my buddies up there, and then I helped my buddy rip down a couple trees so the branches didn't fall on his house and stuff like that. Because that's what I do. We out yonder, we got to help people with different stuff. So my buddy calls me. I was like, "Come on over. We got a bunch of tree limbs that I got to cut down, and I need you to guide them in a certain direction so they don't fuck the house up or your other plants around stuff
Dude,
like that."
I could
So
say that's the last thing
Nobody
you
would-
want to do.
this is but we have fun doing it.
I know. This is the last.
No
thing.
one would ever ask you to do that.
Oh, sure they would.
Oh no, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they would.
And you'd be on the phone. You'd be like, "Ah, kablah!" Hey, you know what I didn't bring up last time though?
What I'd be tweeting when the trees
He'd
coming
be
down.
tweeting, and the trees like, "Oh Jesus, God, that plane crash in Kentucky a couple weeks ago. Did you see that?
No.
The UPS plane crash?
Oh, I think I heard about it. Was
Yeah.
it right after
Did you-
takeoff?
Yes. Did you see the fucking engine fell down? It was so loaded up with fuel.
Christmas packages, probably.
With fuel too, because it was going to Hawaii.
How many passengers?
You chirping?
No, I'm
No,
like,
it's not many on there. Just 3 on there because it's a UPS. It's all
right.
gutted
So
up.
it's all packages.
But it killed
probably.
people. Yeah, it hit like the you see the camera angle. The whole engine falls off. Then it goes
whoa.
kabam, and it was a huge bomb because 250,000 pounds of jet fuel was on that because it was going all the way to one stop.
What do you mean, like traveling jet fuel, or already in the tank? You mean?
Well, they fill it up to the rim before you go.
How many
on
gallons
a
are on a
10-hour
plane?
flight.
How many gallons are on a plane like that?
A lot. If you want those planes too, they probably have custom made fuel tanks because they fly all the time. They gut all that stuff out to be able to put more material back there.
UPS
That
flights.
was scary.
Damn.
That thing was from the
so
90s.
I didn't
that thing was built in the
see
90s.
this. I
You
missed
didn't
this.
see that?
No. So how many people?
You saw that, Maddie, didn't you?
How
God,
many? How
yeah.
many people died?
I think around 14, and a lot of people were
Really?
on the ground. Yeah, it was a huge.
Well, it had to be people on the ground.
was
There's
like a-
only 3 people on the flight.
Yes, yeah, because it cuts
Damn.
right through this fucking area, man, right right past the runway. It was
So
really
there's
weird.
no warning for anything like that. It just all of a sudden you're just
Yeah.
Was it in the air yet or no?
No, it was at. So they go past a breaking point. So you ever been
Mm-hmm.
on a plane where they slam the brakes on, which I've been on one time, where I was playing cards in the back and I rolled all the way up, basically all the way up to the front of the plane because they stopped in the middle of Toronto. But there's a certain point where you cannot stop. I forgot what it's called, but it's like whatever the term is, you got to keep going and get up because there's no way to stop because you're going to go run past the runway and you're going to go head on with either it's a subdivision or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. I can't believe I forgot to bring that up. That was nuts, man. And that's not pilot error. That was a fucking plane falling apart. That was a plane from the
really?
90s. Yeah.
So they shouldn't have even been flying that.
No.
plane.
Yeah,
you
that was
know,
a tough. That was
Dude,
bad.
you don't even know when you get on a plane how old the plane is, what kind of condition it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
you
could
rely
look around-
on
you
so
know,
many different people to make
if
sure.
you go on a
they're-
plane, there's still
checking it
cigarette
out.
goddamn ashtrays
Ashtrays?
in that mug. You're like, ooh.
Yeah, you're not seeing too many of those.
But listen, just because the plane seems old on the inside doesn't mean the engines are old and
I know,
whatnot. But the
but
technology probably
You're like,
they
you're
updated
like if
stuff.
they don't have like cell phone charging jacks and stuff like
Yeah.
that, then it's probably not a new plane.
Yeah, you know. So, but they could the shell of the plane could be old, but everything's new,
Yeah.
electronic stuff like that. So
Mhm.
it's all good. I didn't mean to be a downer there. I was just
Well,
wondering.
you really were. I mean, I
if
didn't
there's a
know.
plane crash, I'm going to bring it up.
No,
If
'cause
it's
you
something
didn't
like
bring
that,
it up
I
last
forgot.
week.
I forgot.
I
to.
got a statute of limitations on some
But
of this, dude.
yeah, well, that was a big deal, and there's still investigation going
Well,
on.
I didn't realize it was that big a deal. My heart goes out to everybody who got injured and everything that happened to you.
Yeah, that was Andy's heart goes out to you guys.
Dude, come on.
Jesus.
Why do you have
It's so
to?
fake that. This is the fakest thing. It's
not.
unbelievable.
Now you make it like
you do
awkward,
though.
dude.
Like, you're like my heart goes out. No, it
You
doesn't.
make yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Now you make it
so
awkward and you make it like sound like I don't really mean that.
My heart goes out to you. Get out of here. You got to give a shout out before we get into NHL. Stanbrook passed away, and
Yeah.
I know you were close with him too,
Yes.
and Ty. Just give him a little shout
This
out.
was
because
a hard man. It's rocked
this
the
was-
St. Louis hockey community. I
yeah.
mean, this guy, and for hockey people out there who have been around for a long time, the old school people. I mean, his father, Grant Stanbrook, is a legendary name in college hockey.
Yeah.
Was at University of Wisconsin, I think, for 20 years, University of Maine for 20 years.
Jesus.
So we're talking about 40 years total. He's the guy that recruited Paul Correa to Maine. He recruited Jim Montgomery to Maine.
Yeah.
He's been a big mentor of Montgomery throughout the course of his coaching career and was involved when Montgomery was winning championships at the junior level in the USHL and stuff like that. So Monty's been tight with John Stanbrook and the Stanbrook family since 1989. I was talking to him about that before the game. But, John Stanbrook's a guy who is a legendary skating coach, man. I mean, if you're anyone who came out of St. Louis and played at a high level, or if you played in St. Louis and never played at a high level, chances are you came across John Stanbrook and you worked with John Stanbrook. And, the Tkachuk brothers, for example, continue to work with John to this day. Every summer they're on the ice with John Stanbrook. Chris Weidman. I mean, there's a number of guys who obviously have a strong connection to him who may be familiar names to a lot of our listeners. So, my heart goes out to his two kids, his wife, man. He's had a struggle with diabetes. We don't know 100% the cause of the death as it sits right now, but I know he's had some complications with diabetes. And to give you how respected he is, I mean, he was hired as the Blues skating coach before Jim Montgomery came into the organization. It was Al McInnes and Keith Tkachuk that I believe recommended that the Blues bring him on board. So he's been working with a lot of the Blues prospects, traveling, going to Springfield, going to various, junior teams in the CHL, doing a lot of traveling and working with these guys, and then still coming home and working with local kids twice a week, every Monday and Wednesday at Kirkwood Ice Rink. He would have a skate, and you'd have anywhere from 2 kids to 20 kids on the ice. Yeah. And during the course of the summer, all the junior kids, all the college kids, all the USHL kids, OHL kids, they're all back in St. Louis on the ice with John Stanbrook. So it was I always looked at it, man, as such a gift for having a young kid who's playing the game to be able to be on the ice with all these college kids and junior kids who came back, and to get the instruction from somebody as knowledgeable as John Stanbrook, who would genuinely show interest in you and your progress. He'd always be sending me text messages. Yep. How did Ty do? Send me some videos. Just a salt of the earth guy, man. Very, very patient. In peak physical condition.
Yeah, I know.
At 61 years of age.
He looked like he was 40.
Ty said he looks like he was 30.
Yeah,
He's like, I thought he was 30.
So did I. I didn't know he was.
So this was just complete shocking news. I mean, nobody expected to get that news the other day, and that was hard to deliver and hard for a lot of people to deal with right now. So I'm thinking about the Stanbrook family.
Yeah.
Kenny Davies, who's been running Kirkwood Ice Rink for so long. His son played at University of Denver. People like Neil Kama, all these people who grew up in that Kirkwood area and grew up on the ice, and their kids grew up on the ice.
So that was
with John Stanbrook.
That was genuine right there. See, that's the difference. That was genuine, because I know you knew him well, and Ty loved him. So anyway, man, Stanbrook family, love you guys, dude, and we're thinking about you guys.
He let me bring Ty out there when Ty didn't even know how to skate. Ty was 4 years old. And I knew he probably didn't really want to do it.
Probably not.
He's like, you kind of got.
You probably annoyed him.
No, but he let me come on the ice with them.
Oh, geez, Louise.
So
he does have patience.
No, so I could just handle Ty
I know what you mean.
and not make it distracting where John felt like he had to be like working with Ty when he has all these other kids. You know what I'm saying? But so the first year Ty skated with John, I probably went on the ice every single time. You know what I mean? Just and he let me do that. And I don't remember ever seeing anybody else ever on the ice with John. He ran his own show and did an unbelievable job doing it. So he will be dearly missed in the St. Louis hockey community, and one of the best skating coaches. And he's been with the Blues again. He was here over the course of their Stanley Cup run, and a lot of respect for his knowledge of the art of skating.
Yeah, that was tough.
You didn't skate with him?
No,
really?
No. I was with Diana Schafering and
Diana's another one, man.
Yeah.
There's some other ones in town too.
Yeah.
But
Gail
Tucker.
Yep.
And I same here.
2 women.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of women are great
2
skating
women.
coaches, but the difference is with John and Diana and Gail, for example, is that he would incorporate skating with a stick in your hand, with a puck on your stick.
Yeah.
So it was like a skill session in addition to the skating. His bread and butter was skating, But he would do it with pucks on that you're shooting,
Yeah.
you're handling a puck.
You gotta have those skating coaches,
So
man.
a lot of these other skating coaches in town, they do a great job, but it's sometimes it's a cornered off part of a public session or something like that. You don't have a stick in your hand, you're not playing with a puck, you're not shooting and all
we
that.
did a little bit of everything, but I don't know when you were young, I don't know, but anyway, listen, a lot of weird drama going on in the NHL. And the number one topic, in my opinion, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but the Jack Hughes incident, which is so bizarre, so horrible.
We don't need this with USA Hockey right now.
Exactly, man.
We do not.
You do not need that at all.
McAvoy's taking pucks to the face.
I saw that too.
Even the coach, Mike Sullivan, couldn't even coach.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he had to take a leave of
Personal day.
absence. We hope he's okay.
But what happened in that restaurant? I'm hearing it's not. I know everybody had the memes out with the cutting his finger with a knife. That's not what I heard. I heard he fell and there was
that's what they're
glass
saying,
on
right?
the ground.
That's what they're saying.
Or did he leaning over a glass table and his weight went down and he cut it that way?
Did he punch something?
Did he punch something? But then you got pictures, and this sucks.
There's no video out there?
But you got pictures of hanging out with Frank the Tank, who, we all love, man. He's a good dude, Barstool guy. So you're already hanging. There's pictures out there. Barstool's taking pictures because he's there for his 50th birthday. The Devils are there. They're in Chicago. And then
there's the
you're
team
leading
photo.
The
They're holding a guy. Almost like a rookie party vibe
to
it. You know what I mean?
And then you're
like they were getting after it, right?
Well, we don't know.
Well, I'm saying it looked like they were having a time,
sure,
right?
But
and it was a
one
fun
picture,
night.
if you're all like this, it doesn't mean you're drunk.
Yeah, but everybody's together.
That's my point. And then you tie it in with Barstool. They're going to blow everything up too. And so that goes down, and all of a sudden you hear that he's out for 8 weeks. He had to go right to the hospital, apparently. I think it's severed one of the ligaments.
Surgery.
Jesus Christ.
And they were worried at first. I know from talking to different people that the concern was he was going to be out for the year. He'd miss the Olympics.
Well,
and so best case scenario, and let me just say, I'm not trying to be devil's advocate here.
No pun intended.
I'm sorry?
No pun intended?
Oh, because of New Jersey Devils.
Yeah.
Good call on that.
Yeah. I'm funny.
Okay, but I'm not going to be devil's advocate. But how many weeks from now is the Olympics?
Shit, listen, it's almost Thanksgiving.
How many weeks?
Probably 12.
Okay.
No, 14 maybe.
Okay. So it's in February.
Yeah.
So let's just say
4, 8.
December is 4, January is 4, so that's
12.
8. And so
got a couple more.
So 11, 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not playing devil's advocate here. But whenever they come out and they say right off the bat, 8 to 10 weeks, that timetable suggests that he's going to be ready to go for the Olympics, right? If they were to come out and say 12 weeks or we'll reevaluate in 3 months or whatever, right off the bat that says, okay, he's not available for the Olympics, and that gets everybody all up in arms, and that's the storyline. So the timetable that they gave leads you right up to the Olympics that says, okay, he's going to be healthy, he's going to be good to go for the Olympics. Okay.
I don't know.
But it's like, my point is, I think his availability for the Olympics is completely up in the air.
I agree.
And I don't know if the timetable they're giving is the exact timetable that the doctors are suggesting internally, but I think it's the safest timetable to make public just because the Olympics are hanging over everybody's head. You know what I'm saying?
And that could be 8 to 10 weeks where he's evaluated again, right? Like you know what I mean? Like,
well, I think they say 8 weeks he'd be evaluated or whatever you said. I don't know.
Evaluated. So like, what does that mean? Are you ready? It's not good, man.
But they gave a timetable that would suggest that he's back for the Olympics when you just never know.
Restart. There's going to be guys
how long are you out with a severed? I mean, if you have to have surgery right off the bat.
Whoa.
I mean, this isn't a situation where he cut his finger and just needed to get 5 stitches in his finger and close it up.
No. He went right. I think his brother took him right to the hospital.
Damn.
So bad. And the Devils are rocking and rolling too.
And you know
they
what?
got some
Listen,
swag to them.
I'm
and
not. They're in
God
first place,
damn.
man. But he's the driver.
No doubt.
And
he's going to be the driver in the Olympics too. It's tough. And listen,
I don't think he's the driver in the Olympics.
He could be.
He should be. But he wasn't.
But he should be
in the Four Nations.
He should be, and he's still the face of the U.S., man. And this is such a fucking setback. It really is.
Think about all the injuries they have right now.
I know, and not to mention, like, he's going to be a meme for a long time to come, okay? Like, if other, players that have gone through this where they get in an accident or something like that that's away from the eye, like, it sits with you for a long time.
If it's not hockey related, man, that's tough to accept.
It's so tough. We've been through this with St. Louis, with Eric Johnson and stuff like that. And that was before memes are out.
But
and all
years
that.
ago, I remember. I think it was. I
Jesus.
think it was the 2004 World Series here in St. Louis. St. Louis people will remember this. But Mike Matheny, the Cardinals catcher, cut his finger
Yes.
on a hunting knife or something,
Yes.
like opening it out of a package or
I
something.
know.
They said, right? You never get the real story. I'm not suggesting that there is some type of story, but chances are that we're just not getting. They're not just going to come out and be like, "Hey, this is what was going on." You know,
Yeah, but it could have been like he slipped and fell and cut it. But
It could
was
have
he
been-
drinking?
it-
And so, like,
right.
it's always
It could
going
have
to
been
be.
he didn't drink all night long. It could have been
Of course he did.
was
I'm-
completely shit-faced. You just don't,
You don't
who
know,
knows, man.
but the memes are, and it's just going to sit with you, especially if the Olympics don't go the way the U.S. want. Like, it's going to be tough. And then, you got Brady and Matthews still not playing.
They're not healthy. They're both injured. Matthews should be back shortly after Christmas, I think, is the timetable for him. He's starting to do some light skating and whatnot. He's got a ways to go.
Yeah.
But after Christmas, Brady could be back. They play their first game after Thanksgiving here in St. Louis on Friday, I believe, after
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Brady could play in that game, from what I understand.
Good. Got to get him back.
But you got to get these two guys back.
It's coming quick, just so
McAvoy
you know.
takes the injury.
Jesus.
Sullivan's got personal
Is he
issues
okay?
going on.
Is his jaw broke?
Oh, I don't
He
know.
hit it right in the temple.
You see that Zen come flying out of his mouth, or was that a tooth? What was that?
It could have been both. There's been some nasty hits. And God, who got hit from behind the other day? I think it was one of the Devils.
Austin Matthews?
Well, that was by
By
Zadorov.
Zadorov?
Zadorov's been in the news.
Zadorov, man.
He's a
He-
dude.
he-
He don't care.
He's ranked number one on my list to get on here. We may have
I
to.
agree with
we
you.
gotta- we
I've
gotta
been
get
saying
his-
this to you,
yeah.
dude. He's outgoing. He doesn't give a shit.
No.
He's like, fuck it, I'm
No.
hitting guys. But who got
He
rocked?
owns it afterwards. I love how he handles his
Was it
post-game
Dylan
press
the other day?
conferences.
I know he rocked Bedard, but did Dylan elbow somebody in the head
Dylan
from
who?
behind? Brendan Dillon.
Oh, Brandon Dillon?
Yeah,
Or
and he
Brendan Dillon?
comes in from behind and goes, well, bam,
Yeah.
elbow right to the back of the head. No suspension there. There's a couple hits from behind that people are pissed about. That Big Jargy Peros isn't suspending these guys. I'm like, ooh. Well, the one I even commented on Twitter. I'm like, oh God, there's no suspension for that. Like, whoa, that's me saying it directly from behind. Took his head and smashed it into the glass. No penalty, or it was a penalty, but no suspension, just a $5,000 fine. Like, whoa. I was surprised.
Peros went to the
Big
Florida. He went to the Florida Tampa Bay game
Big Jargy. Oh, yeah.
to make sure shit didn't go down.
Did you see the slash to the face
Oh
in
my
the
God,
OHL?
I
That
did.
motherfucker. Like, I would.
What do you think?
That's.
Should it be a lifetime ban?
Yeah. Get him out of here.
Really?
What'd they do to Marty McSorley? This was worse than Marty McSorley. Sorry, it was. And that was how many years ago?
Yeah,
1998.
he got several games, 20-something or whatever he got.
Yeah, and he went to I think he went to jail.
He might have heard. that or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. This was worse than that. This was way worse. And the only thing is, Don Brashear got knocked out because he hit his head on the ice. He got stunned, fell back, hit his head on the ice. This guy didn't get injured, I don't think, but that was a two-hand slash right to the face in the OHL. That's unacceptable. Get him the fuck out of here. I've been seeing these videos.
McSorley was charged with assault
Exactly.
with a weapon, suspended for the rest of the season by the NHL,
Yeah.
and sentenced to 18 months of probation.
Dude, that was a
after
big
being
deal.
Found guilty.
This was worse than that, in my opinion. That was a two-hand slap. Your head would have knocked off. Your head would have been gone.
If what?
If somebody did that to you, your neck wouldn't have supported that. Your head would have been like,
I
you
wouldn't.
would've died.
I
You
wouldn't.
would've died.
I wouldn't have missed a shift.
3 children. You would have died.
I wouldn't have missed a shift.
Your head would have been dunk, 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 dunk. That was a
Like
two.
rolling
Blop,
down,
blop, blop.
rolling down the ice, like
Going down
like
the
a
ice.
pumpkin.
Yes. Like the Headless Horseman. Son of a bitch.
Who's that?
What do you mean?
The headless
Ichabod Crane? You never heard of that?
Ichabod who?
God, his cold. He doesn't know shit from fuck. You don't know the Headless Horse, Sleepy Hollow?
I want to hear all about it.
No, do your own homework.
No,
on it.
I know.
Maddie, get in here.
I want to hear.
Get
it.
in here. Sit down.
I want to hear all about the
Jesus.
headless horseman.
This two-hand was fucking terrible.
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 You know what? And it was retaliation, and then he cross-checked him again when he was down on the ice.
What is going on here? Get him out.
That's what you look like in the alumni skate. What you did to me.
No, I don't. I dominate the alumni skate.
That's what you did to me, and that's what
Brushed against your fragile body,
And
and,
Chase-
you crumbled.
that's what
Chaser
did that
Chaser
to me, and Bobby did that.
Bobby
to me.
put you downtown
Rest in
China.
peace.
We all did it fine. Chaser was a little elbow. I'm just waiting.
Chaser would have gotten 2 games. You would have gotten
what?
Well, you're a repeat offender. You probably
Andy tried to fight me. It's on video. We might have to show this. I still have it. Andy's like this. And I go, get off of me.
Mike, you want to go?
I go, hit me. Just do it. Just hit me and let's get it over with. You almost did. I would have ate that damn thing.
Could you feel it when people would punch you in the face? Could you feel it?
Sure.
You could?
Sometimes. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Andy asked me a question. That's wow.
Mm-hmm.
Andy asked me a hockey question. Yeah, Andy, actually, yeah, you can feel it.
I'm talking about when you were like playing roller hockey. And stuff like that. On the
You could feel it.
Really?
Yeah.
So this kid, you think should be what?
Fucking get him out,
dude.
It's over.
Can I bring up something that's going to generate a lot of controversy?
Yoink. Carter Hart's first game.
Well, kind of along those lines, but
What is
different. Carter Hart played with Henderson. How did he do last night?
Don't know.
Because it was a late game.
Don't know.
Let's look that up real quick because I do want to know.
I'm curious.
Carter Hart played in the American League in Vegas.
Yeah.
Because now he can do that. He can't play until December 1st, I believe.
Yep. We went over that.
Yeah, we did. So let's see. Carter Hart. Let's see. Returns to hockey after 22 months in AHL. Everything I go to needs a password. I mean, I don't have a password to everything. Can you just give me the damn news?
Just press the damn thing.
Golly.
You got too much going on your phone.
Let's see. He first step back by starting for the AHL's Henderson Silver Knights. Great rink they play in, too, by the way. Stopping 12 of 14 in a 5-2 win over the Calgary Wranglers. Did he play the whole game?
Only
He didn't face
14
a whole lot of shots. The Blues only had like 17 shots the other night, and Cairo had 5 of them.
The Blues, the Blues.
But can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah.
Because something that could be controversial.
Go. What?
Because if you remember, and let me just go to. I want to get updated stats. Remember several years ago here on the Chemistry podcast, I did an exclusive interview without you with the agent of Mitchell Miller.
Yeah.
Because
Mitchell. Yep. I remember
Mitchell Miller was. The Boston Bruins were trying to sign him.
Yeah, I remember.
Who was like unbelievable in the USHL, like a fantastic prospect.
Yep.
Like great hockey player. But he like licked a lollipop or put it in a toilet and gave it to a kid.
Down syndrome kid, I believe.
Yeah. Well,
I think the kid was
I think no, it wasn't Down syndrome.
Or was it?
But there was some like learning disabilities or something there. And
wasn't that severe, but it was
right.
Yeah.
And but then the two had talked, I think, later in life.
They
but
called
then
and
a
stuff.
lot of the media had talked to the kid, and then all of a sudden he didn't forgive him. And Mitchell Miller's never been forgiven for bullying this kid when he was 14 years of age, right?
Yeah.
And you just we talked like, when do you like say kids being kids, and should he have to pay the price for this and never be allowed to play in the NHL? The Boston Bruins wanted to sign him badly. In fact, I believe he was living with Don Sweeney when he came into town, and then they had to have a big press conference about it. So we did a interview with the agent, and he was defending his client, and a lot of the stuff that he said made a lot of sense. I mean, you're just like, okay, I don't know. So, and then the Bruins players were asked by the media, and they were like, we do not condone that.
Totally.
We don't
I remember
want
Bergie.
this guy.
Yep, I remember them
We
all
don't
saying,
want him in the locker room until he shows more remorse or whatever. I don't know.
I remember that. Yep.
Well, he's 23 now. And Cam, he's playing in the KHL, and he's like tearing it up.
Yeah, I saw video of him.
He's got like 23 points in 26 games as a defenseman. He's got 10 goals in 26 games as a D-man. I don't know if that's leading the league, but probably is.
It's pretty damn good in a damn good league.
So what do you do here?
I'd pick him up. How's he? Listen.
So Arizona took him.
You asked me, and I'm going to tell you.
Let me just finish real quick. Arizona, if you remember, took him in the 4th round.
Yes.
Because nobody else would touch him. And I remember talking to the Coyotes, people
remember it.
in management at the time, and they were like, yeah, we did all our homework, and we believe that like he's moved on and everybody's moved on. We talked to people from all sides, and we feel comfortable with the pick, and this is when he was 14 years old. And, you know, we want to give him the help and have him do some stuff in the community and turn a real negative and ugly situation from when he was younger into a positive. So what do you do here?
Well, if that's the case, and you did your own,
and then they let him go. Arizona was like, "Oh, all the media came, and then they kind of pushed out, right?"
They did push out on. I remember this. I remember this whole situation. But I would do my due diligence, talk to him, and just I would take him in a heartbeat. I mean, if he seems like, man, I fucked up. Like, it is what it is. And I genuinely felt that from him. I would take a chance on him. Absolutely. What he did was terrible.
I mean,
but
Rasheed Rice is catching footballs in the NFL
he
last
almost
night.
killed a little girl and then had showed no remorse.
And then he ran.
You think he gives a fuck about that family? I doubt it.
He ran down the street with guns and
then
the
KC players have free number, whatever his number is, free rice or whatever
number
it is.
4.
Yeah, free 4. Like, he just fucking was going 100 miles an hour on a freeway and hit a mother and daughter and wrecked them and ran past them without even looking into the car
And then what
to
did he
see
do?
if they're okay.
Then
He had like guns on him and stuff
Was
like
that the same incident?
yeah.
Those guys running down the highway with guns
like
and shit?
psychopaths. And they're like, free 4, ain't no big deal.
In like
blah,
a
blah, blah.
rental
Like this-
sports car or something?
And this is bad too, man. Bullying, all that shit.
It's
I fucking
terrible.
hate that
I hate
shit.
bullying.
I hate that stuff. Kids do kid stuff. 14's a little bit older than 10, whatever. Like, you're 15, 16, like, you're driving cars and you're still bullying people. We got a problem. I think there's a little bit of leeway there. I'd talk to them. I would, again, just feel them out, man. And like, a lot of people are pretty good at that, especially if you're working in hockey. You know the players. You know if they're genuine or not. And if he is, goddamn right, I'd take a chance on him.
Would you bring him on the show?
Yes. Yes, I would. I would interview him on the show, 100,000%. And people would be like, how dare you do that? Fuck, if Putin came in here, we'd interview him. Are you kidding me?
I may have to have you sit that one out.
I know. Like, I don't know how to talk to young guys that do stupid things because I've never done it. I've never been in that situation.
I may just
Get out of here. And, you know, I want to talk to Zach Dean, too, man. I know he's in a player program. Like, where's he at? I'd go talk to him. Like, what's going on with you, man?
Mhm.
What are you getting into? Like, talk to me. I've been through it all. What do you want to know?
Well, why don't you go around the league and start doing this?
I could. I don't know. McGrattan does it in Calgary still,
Yeah.
doesn't he? I don't know. I would. I'd help you because I need to be sober.
Yeah, I know.
No,
You
seriously.
can't be like
Yep.
doing what you're doing.
Well, I still know.
You know who's
Still listen to
You know
me.
who's living
Still
it. You
listen
know
to
who's
me.
living like. I'm like envious. I tell him
Who?
Brant Myers.
That's our boy, dude. He's up in Gaza, hanging with the boys
Do
up
you
there.
see like
He wants
all
us up there.
his events
What's up,
for
baby?
his drinks,
Yeah, it's awesome.
non-alcoholic drinks,
Yeah, people
unhammered.
like that. They like
Got,
those
like,
drinks.
Beautiful models and stuff everywhere. Like
He's a wheel,
that's
baby.
promoting all his stuff.
Brant, what's up, baby? I love it.
It's got like a Harley Davidson motorcycle
Yeah,
vibe.
He looks
to it.
cool. I love like the logo, all that. It's a shit
All
kicking
of it.
logo. It's cool.
He's a shit kicker.
We root for you, man. Like
We
you
had a
can't
great
believe.
interview with him. We might have to bring him back
Yeah.
on too. Big shout out to Adrian Kempe too.
Yeah, big time contracts. What,
That's
10-5?
Yeah,
He's
10,
a
10,
dude.
5,
He's a
10,
damn good.
6, whatever it was.
You watch him play, man. He's fat. I know he struggled off the bat, I think, but he moves his feet, man. He sticks out. He truly
He's a
does.
player that
He sticks out.
a lot of people act like they know his game, but in reality, I think if you really watch the Kings on a consistent basis, like if you cover the Kings, you really know how good he is. If
Yeah.
you don't, you really probably don't. You see some highlights
He
here and
is
there,
super.
but
He's really good.
he's the real deal.
Hey, I met Gritty.
Oh, cool.
No, the real guy.
Yeah.
And
What do
he
you
kind of
mean?
blew me off. So I
Was-
know a girl that
In
works for
co-
the Devils.
In the costume?
Sydney, I'll give you a little shout out, girl. What's up? She works for the Devils. She's taking care of all the mascots in St.
Because
Louis.
it was Louis' birthday.
It was Louis' birthday, and Gritty's in town.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, "You want to?" She came in an alumni box. She grabbed me. She go, "Hey, you want to meet Gritty?"
Mhm.
I go, "Hell yeah!" I go, "Let me say hey to him." She's like, "Oh, I think that he really doesn't want anybody knowing who he is." I'm like, "Oh, okay, but let me meet him anyway." Like,
What do you mean?
I played 10 years in the league.
What are you
He was
ta-
out of costume. This was before.
Oh.
They were all eating up in the press box. Louis, Gritty, fucking goddamn Fred Bird. Who else was there? NJ Devil. He's a cool cat. I know him.
What did you say?
I got what? What'd I say?
Costume?
Gritty was out of costume,
What?
and
Wait.
I go up to him.
Hey,
and
hey,
I go, hey, how you doing, man? He goes like this. He's sitting there talking to somebody, kind of like a little bit, and I'm behind him, and I'm shaking everybody, talking to all the other mascots, and I go, hey, Gritty, what's up? I'm Cam, and he turns to go like this. He goes like, and he barely doesn't even look at me, and he takes his hand on my. I'm giving him a handshake. He takes it like he's holding a pencil and holds it like this, doesn't even say anything, and turns back around. I go, and he looked handsome, slick back, nice hair. Like I'm thinking mascots, like the other guy.
What did you say?
This motherfucker blew me the fuck off. Didn't say one word to me. I'm just trying to talk to him a little bit. Didn't say anything to me.
Gritty's not real.
Gritty. No, it's a mascot.
What?
Yeah. Then he goes out there and just puts on a show.
You know, a lot of
This
mascots are
fucking
like
guy
that.
puts on a show, though.
Yeah,
dude.
but let me just say this: a lot of mascots, and this is the
You didn't
honest to
even
God
look at me,
truth,
man.
and I've met several of them. A friend of mine is a mascot in Vegas, actually.
And he's buddies with all the mascots. And he brags about it, too. You don't even know he's doing it.
Okay, listen.
He thinks it's cool.
Hey, they don't like to be seen outside of their costume.
Oh, give me a fucking
They
break.
identify with who they are.
Give me a break.
He identifies as an
I played
orange.
10 years in the league.
He identifies as an orange monster. Some people
Let me say
identify.
hi to you.
Some people identify as different things.
Let me say hi to
Okay.
you. Let me say hi to you. I respect you. You're the
No.
best mascot in the league, dude, by a mile. Like, shake my hand
What
like
makes
a man.
him the best mascot? The look. It's like the look.
No,
right?
his personality is hilarious,
You
dude.
don't see. That's
I
the,
watch him. I watched him the whole game. That whole Philly game. I was watching him.
Yeah.
He's everywhere. He's by you. He's doing crazy stuff in front of people.
What's he
like
doing?
risky stuff, like going up to someone behind him and kind of like really weird. He's like punching everybody. He's psycho.
I think the best
He's
mascot.
psychotic.
I mean, listen, Louis is great and everything too, but
He's a sweetheart.
yeah.
Louis more like, I love everything.
Yeah,
Gertie's
exactly.
like, fuck the world.
Same with the Seattle guy.
Oh, Bluey.
Is that what his
Bluey?
name?
Yeah, I think so. No,
He
Bowie.
looks like he
Boo-
like lives under
Bowie.
a bridge somewhere.
Yeah,
you know?
he looks homeless. But my point is, for Philly to roll the dice on this fucking gritty, and it worked out so much, like for it to really pan out this way.
Dude, Philly's
It's
always done it the right way. The Philly
unbelievable.
Fanatic is the most famous.
You're right. And he made a lot of money.
One of the most famous mascots of all time to go
You're
along with the
absolutely-
San Diego Chicken
You're absolutely
and the
right.
Phoenix Gorilla, who I met years ago too. The Phoenix Gorilla.
They're all buddies.
So I mean,
think and one of those mascots back in the 80s was fucking selling Coke. I think it was a Pirates mascot. He was selling fucking yayo
I may
to the
talk-
people in stands
I
and
may-
got fired for it.
Oh, who was doing that?
I swear to God.
Wait, which one?
Look at the mascot where he was selling that fucking yayo.
For who?
I think it was either Philly Fanatic or it was Pirates.
I'll have to ask one of my buddies.
Yeah.
I'll have to-
Oh, ask him. Text your buddies on the mascot
Hey,
text chain.
I think you and I.
Gritty blew me off, though.
You and I should go in a costume one day during a game and just start running around.
I will. As long as no one knows it's me.
No one knows
I
it's
don't-
us. And
I
just-
don't blame Gritty now that I think about it. I wouldn't want anybody knowing
No.
my face.
So listen. So I will tell you this. Even the Blues guy does not, from what I understand, does not like people to know. Any mascot that I've come across, Cam, does not like people to know that they identify with who they are inside that costume. It's like, remember what Pronger said? You have to have your alter ego.
Which tweet? Because he had
Oh.
about 50 of them the other day.
So the other day at the rink,
Was it a pump up tweet?
the other day at the rink, so
Yeah.
our boss was in town and said, hey, can you guys share on social media that we're asking for people to ask questions to Prongs because he was doing our pre and post game show.
Yeah.
And I think Jamie Rivers said, yeah, I put it on social media, and they said Prongs, and I said, don't worry, Prongs will do it. Social media,
Oh,
he'll get it done.
Tweet what? Yeah, I'll do it.
That's what he's best at.
He might be tweeting more than you.
Oh my God, I don't tweet hardly.
No, he does tweet more than you.
He does. Dude.
Yeah,
I hardly
big
tweet.
time. It's debatable. I hardly tweet.
Go to my Twitter.
Fucking driving and tweeting and
Yeah,
texting.
But like, I just haven't been
And
tweeting much
juggling.
this year because
It's negative.
I just don't want. I don't need to
The
get
Blues
myself.
are bad
I don't
right
need to
now.
get myself in any type of jam. You know what
You're
I'm
right.
saying?
But the Blues are. It's just a tough go for the Blues right now. They do not look good. They don't have emotion. Their top guys aren't producing. It's bad.
Even like
Lucci ain't doing
Oh my
anything.
God.
My God Almighty, he hasn't had a 5-on-5 goal yet.
in like
He hasn't even
200
come
plus
close.
days or something.
He hasn't even. Yeah, I saw that tweet too. Son of a bitch. It's not good. You know, they're very inconsistent. They let teams back in. Fucking God. You know, they had a packed house Saturday night, man. Packed house. They played back-to-back
For
Friday,
Vegas?
Saturday. Packed house for Vegas. Blues fans are just wanting something, and they fucking go out there and just, So, I don't know. It's not good.
Hey,
I don't know what's going to happen.
can I
but-
just address this Toronto situation? I know I'm heading there, so I don't want to like upset anybody, but it's just so funny to me. It's like the team sucks. In reality, and maybe they don't, but they're underperforming, right? So I
Yeah.
shouldn't say they suck because I like the Maple Leafs and everything, you know. And I love the history of the Maple Leafs.
Yeah,
But
okay, we know. I love the history of the fucking no shit. Go. Good
but they're
God.
they're not having
baby.
a good year, and it's
No, they're not.
automatically it's like fire Berube. He's not getting the most out of these guys. And then you hear some other people say, well, you know, how could it be the coach? They've gone through other coaches. Let me tell you something. he's a different coach than what they've had with all these other guys, okay? He's different than Sheldon Keefe, who's doing a hell of a job, obviously, in Jersey.
Yeah.
They're winning a lot of games. And,
They are.
he did a good job in Toronto, too. But Chief's a different animal, man. These guys have never really been coached by a guy like Chief. They've never had a coach get in their face and probably say the things that cuts deep that Chief is probably saying to these guys. And listen, there's a level of frustration, obviously, and you can look at the players, and it's the same guys year after year. They get rid of Marner and whatever, and nothing really changes. Sure, they miss him and whatnot, but I don't know, man. I just see it with the Matthews and the Nylanders and the Rileys. Some of these guys who have been there. I just don't know if they want to be coached hard. If they want to do what's hard to get to the top of the mountain, are they really willing to play that style, Cam? And I look at their roster top to bottom. I just don't think they have the depth. They kind of are where they are, and it's almost like, okay, this is kind of who they are. I saw them play earlier in the year, the very beginning of the season. I think I remember saying to you, I think I said it on here, it's like, are they really that good? Like, I'm just looking at the roster, like, how good are they?
I don't know.
You got goaltending question marks now. I mean, it's just a situation where I don't think you can just always resort to that. This guy's had one full season in Toronto. Hasn't even coached a year and a half yet. And they're already questioning whether he's the wrong guy. Weren't these the same people who were saying this is exactly what Toronto needs?
Of course.
This is the best coach that they've been able to bring on board in so long. They're questioning management. I know we questioned Brendan Shanahan and Doobie-Doo in the past and whatnot, and now you've got, Brad Treliving running the show. I don't know. I just think it's one carryover after the next, and it is what it is. And at some point, they're going to have to decide what they want to do as an organization. And when do they decide to strip it down and try to rebuild on the fly and try to get this thing back on track? Because I just don't see this particular team doing that. They've got some star power and some really good players, but are they truly good enough from a mental standpoint, along with the ability to handle the stress and the adversity, which they've never shown the ability to handle very well, Cam? That's the one thing I think about when I see Toronto, is these players don't handle stress very well. When things get stressful, when they're not playing well, they don't seem to be able to turn it around very quickly and handle that.
For them to talk
way.
about firing Chief, I don't know if that's the problem. It's just not. They did have some of those guys had Babcock, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
But that's when they were young. Then they had, Keith, who was a lot more chill, probably easy to talk to. Now you got Chief coming in here, and he's a little bit of a mixture between maybe Babcock and a Sheldon Keefe. But yeah, if you're not listening to him, if he's not getting through to you, I don't know. I don't know who would. I don't know what
I don't like
do.
to question individuals, especially who I don't really know that well on a personal level. But how bad do they want to win? Are these guys? Do they truly want to win, man? I don't know if. Of course, you want to win, but are you really willing to?
What did Nylander say after the game the other day?
Oh my God!
What did he say?
He was what he said. That's an example of what I'm talking about. Because they're struggling defensively, and he was like, I'd be more concerned if we weren't scoring goals, because scoring is the hardest thing to do in the NHL.
Did he have his shirt on?
I think I don't know if he did for that or not. But dude, okay.
I know.
I understand what you're trying to say, but you're not getting it, dude. You're not getting it.
You don't deserve to say that.
Basically, they're asking you to play winning hockey and to make adjustments. Maybe sacrifice a little bit of offense here and there.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't even have to. Maybe you don't cheat, right? Exactly. And you're thinking defense first, and you're taking care of your own end of the ice, and you're doing what you need to do to play winning hockey.
Taking a hit in the corner.
And so,
first guy on the puck.
You're scoring goals, but what's your record? Are you taking care of your own end of the ice?
No, they're scrambling in their D zone. They truly are. You see the goals, the breakdown of the goals. Two guys are over here, guys left behind. It is what it is. Yeah, it's tough, man. They got work to do there. They do. They got a lot of work to do. And it's only going to get worse if they keep.
I don't know. If we weren't scoring goals,
let me ask you something.
I wouldn't be worried. I'd be more worried about that. You were scoring goals.
Shit.
Dude, that's.
Very worried about getting back, baby.
I get it. Yeah, exactly.
Should Austin Matthews be the captain of Team USA?
Okay, so I was told by a source that he's already been told that he will be the captain of the Olympic team. Is that out already? Okay, so because I was asking the same questions. Yeah. He would not be my choice among that group of players. I would give it to Brady Tkachuk.
Brady.
I think Brady, Quinn Hughes,
McAvoy. He hasn't been a captain.
McAvoy would be in the mix, but it's not a guy that I would give it to. I'd give it maybe even a JT Miller over Austin
Eichel?
Matthews.
God, he was dominant the other day.
Dude, he's
Did you
and you talk about a guy who plays in his own end. Okay,
Andy, he's winning draws. He had the
and
puck.
he's among the league leaders in points.
He had the puck the whole fucking game.
I know.
And he's like dipsy doodle and guys spinning on him, fucking sauce pass
So
backhand,
good.
ripping pucks. One timer opens up, one timer gets back, breaks the play up, kicks it up. Jesus.
I mean,
He had the puck the whole game.
No, he would be in the mix, but like I mean, how many? Matthew Tkachuk would certainly be in the mix.
I know Matty too. Yeah, they got options. My point is they have options too.
And so
Brady
I
would
don't
be the
have a
number
problem with Austin. I've said this before that Brady should be the captain of
I
that
know.
team.
No, we said that in Four
Or
Nations.
Matthew. I think maybe I said Matthew should be the
We said
captain.
it for the Four Nations.
I think Matthew and Brady drive the bus of that team. I think
Yeah,
they are
I
the
agree.
inspirational, the leaders of that team, just in terms of what we saw before. Dylan Larkin would be a guy who I would give some consideration to.
I don't know his
No,
personality.
but
I
he's
know
a
those
captain,
guys.
and I just love the way he carried
Yeah.
himself and handled himself. But I'm a little bit, I will say, just kind of concerned for USA Hockey. You know, like where we did, created so much noise in the Four Nations. We have so much talent, and I think we have this level of confidence going into the Olympics that we haven't seen from USA Hockey in a long time. And because they are so deep and because they have so many players, but now, you're trying to decide who's going to make it, who's not going to make it. You got to make sure you make those right decisions. I don't think Canada has as many risky decisions to make that Team USA has.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yep.
okay, if you don't take Bedard, like, it's not going to matter.
I know. Like they need Bedard. Like
It's
where?
Not,
Where are you going to
it
put
doesn't
him?
matter. It's
No.
not going to hurt Team
No.
USA. Where if you decide not to take Keller or you don't take a Caulfield, like, I don't know. Tage Thompson not being on the team, I don't think was a good decision, right, in the Four Nations, and now I think he's a lock to be on the Olympic team. So some of those, I look at some of these young kids, man, like a Cutter Gauthier, I look at a Jackson Lacombe,
Yeah, there's
Shane
some players.
Pinto.
Yep, there's players, man.
There's like players that people don't talk about that I know are getting serious consideration.
They should.
Jackson Lacombe is one of those. I mean,
Yeah.
a defenseman, man, for Anaheim. No one's really talking about him. He's getting serious consideration, and he should. But it would be like a controversial decision if you kept somebody else off. You know what I mean? So I don't think Canada has as many risky decisions. I think some of the decisions they have to make, are just, I don't know. It's not going to affect their overall roster maybe as dramatic as how the USA roster would.
What about
But also the injuries right now, man, they're starting to pile up, and
Yeah.
all these guys are hurt. And like, where's their game going to be when the Olympics start? Are they going to have their timing back? Are they going to be in shape? And where are they going to be? I think it's a valid question right now with as many guys who are dropping, and there is pressure on USA. There's always pressure on Canada, but there's more pressure on USA now just because of the attention that they received and now the expectations to go along with it. You got goaltending question marks too. I mean, you got all these goalies, but like, who's going to be the guy?
Well, Canada too. I mean, like Benner, if he's your number one, man, he's struggling. He's
I know.
struggling. If you look at every, analytic, like he's bottom of the barrel right now. If that keeps happening, like, are you that confident he's going to just turn it around and play in this 2-week tournament and be dominant when he wasn't all year long? I don't know.
And go to Logan Thompson?
I don't know. Jeez Louise. There's a lot going on right now with the NHL. And the schedules is so compact.
But
there's going to be more injuries?
Do you agree? I just feel like, I hope I'm wrong about this. I just don't want this Olympics to turn into a major letdown for Team USA.
No shit, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. This
but
is
we all know
a
things.
big opportunity
Let me
for
say,
USA hockey.
everyone just assumes that Canada and USA are going to face each other in the gold
You
medal
don't
game.
know that. Wait,
And it's
who's
like-
saying that?
I'm just saying, people just think, well, they're the.
Sure, Sweden can knock
Sweden's
you off.
gonna have something to
Finland's going
say
to be like,
about
what's
that,
up?
right?
Well, you never know.
And Finland will too.
Yeah, damn right they will.
But Finland has injuries now.
I just wish Russia was in it. Oh, God.
If Russia was in it,
man.
there'd be such another level of
of
excitement.
Entertainment of just, people just
I would
wanting
maybe have them as my favorite.
they'd be up there. How can they not be?
with Coochie.
With Keuchi and those guys. I mean, Jesus, they're loaded.
Goaltending. They'd have the best goaltending.
Yeah. Damn right. Who would you start? Bob?
Zadorov
Would be rocking guys.
Holding press
conferences like, what's your question? Oh, yeah. No, the reason why I did that is because
Yeah, and
he's like, I'm not going to beat up Max Domi, and we won together. And,
right.
It's pretty. I told you I've liked him for a long time.
I know you have.
And you chirped me before.
One time, because I don't.
Him and Tyler Myers were teamed up, and I'm like, God, they're tough to deal with.
I love his physicality.
Fuck.
I don't love his overall game, but I like his physicality. I think he's a good guy to have around in a dressing room too, man.
He's intimidating.
Yeah,
big time.
And he knows he is, and I just love the way he handles himself.
He's got the look. He's just, I like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, I hit him.
Are you concerned about USA's injuries, or is that?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean when I say Jack Hughes? They come out and they give this timetable that has him coming back
right
before
exactly
the Olympics.
No
it's
doubt.
like, what?
He was rushed to
It
the
makes
hospital.
you want to question if he's truly going to be available.
He was rushed
for
to the
Olympics.
hospital after a team dinner in Chicago with Frank the Tank from Barstool. Oh, God.
Yeah, he wasn't like in his hotel room by himself, just
or at home with his wife and kids. And
Right.
my kids had something that cut my
at a
hand.
birthday party.
Or I'm in my backyard because I have acreage and I cut my hand because I was fixing the fence. Which
Hector would be doing that. In
no
my
shit.
house.
I know he would. He's doing the same thing in my house. But
You don't even. I would never let you give you his number, dude. He's busy.
oh yeah, I
got him
my
tied
people.
up.
I know you do, because you don't know how to do anything yourself. Poor Hector.
Got him on lockdown. So anyway, that's just kind of.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong, and
I know.
nobody's going to be rooting for USA more than Cam and I.
No doubt about it, baby.
So,
What's up?
Let's
go.
We've got confidence, but it's like there's just so many things that are happening right now around the league with injuries, and a lot of them are Americans, and then you have Mike
Jesus.
Sullivan dealing with personal issues.
Yeah,
and
that's
he's like,
that's gonna. But the injury
No, I
stuff,
know.
like, good God, Jack, fuck, so brutal. Oh, I heard that. I'm like, oh no way. Like it's just, and again, it's going to be a dark cloud over your head.
Mhm.
You better go out, come back, and dominate. Because if you don't, and then they lose, like it's just,
Well,
you're
and-
never going to
and-
hear the end of it.
And here's a guy who's had trouble staying healthy
No,
anyway.
yeah, 'cause
and
there are
now
people
it's
who
a
are chirping, like-
non-hockey injury.
They're like, this is before his guaranteed shoulder injury at the end of the year. Son of a bitch.
and he's been dominating right now.
You cut your fucking hand at a restaurant with Frank the Tank. Like you can't make that up, dude.
Fucking around.
Fucking yeah, and your team's unbelievable. What happened?
Yeah, I know. We're focusing on Team USA, but the Devils.
The
man.
Devils, my people, we love you. God Almighty, I'm getting messages every damn day about it. Fuck, I don't know what to tell you guys, man.
Still taking more suggestions for restaurants and lunch spots.
You're only gonna eat like Andy's gonna eat one meal a day, so you're gonna go to two different restaurants.
What's the best food to eat in New York? Is
What do
it
you-
a deli sandwich? Is it a pizza? Is it
everything.
Italian? Is it
everything
a steak?
is the best.
What is it?
Everything. You can go to Chinatown and get the best fucking Chinese food. You can go to Italian place and get the best Italian. You can go to a steakhouse and get the best steak. You can go to a deli and get the best deli sandwich. Everything is the best in New York City.
What about
Everything.
I'm gonna be in Philly for 3 nights
Now,
too.
I would want to live there.
Would you? Are you a cheesesteak guy?
God, yeah.
Really?
But don't go to Pat's and Gino's.
Why?
Because that's tourist stuff. You go to these little places, man. Trust me, there's little Italian places that ask the shit kickers in Philly. They're going to tell you the real places to go if
Okay.
you want to get a goddamn good cheesesteak. And he's like, Pat's and Gino's supposed to be the best. Sure, okay. They're right next to each other. That's where the tourists go. Go to if you want a really good one, although
Uh-huh.
you don't appreciate food anyway, so it doesn't matter. So might as well just
I
go to
am-
the fucking touristy spot because you're gonna look at it, you're gonna take a picture, you're gonna post it and be like, I'm eating, and meanwhile you're not gonna
I'm
eat
thinking
it.
about starting a cooking podcast.
That'd be awesome.
also.
You and Lori should do a podcast together about health and
Oh,
wellness.
I want to announce that my wife is starting a podcast.
Health and wellness with Andy and Lori. Andy's gonna tell you how to be healthy, and he's gonna keep you positive.
Marriage advice.
Jesus Christ.
Relationship advice.
I don't know what advice I've asked Andy. Ever, really. What have I ever asked you?
I think you have asked me.
Like what?
What would you
No,
do
no, no, no.
if?
What have I ever asked you? Have I even asked you
I
any?
think-
Have I even told you anything about my life ever?
Yeah.
When we talk, do I ever even bring up my life ever?
Of course you do.
Oh yeah, like what?
Well, yesterday you told me you were going to go help cut down trees.
You're like, where are you going? I'm like, my buddy's house to smoke a davy and cut down them fucking trees. That's what we did.
You're lucky you didn't cut your finger.
I held a rope. I'm like,
You didn't do anything.
I helped him.
That's not helping, dude. That's like the women.
What did you
sport.
help me?
Nothing,
What'd you
nothing
say?
Oh my God, dude.
You have
We might have
two
to take
daughters.
that out.
You have 2 daughters.
I know.
How dare you say that?
God dang.
How dare you say that?
Mm.
You son of a bitch.
I didn't mean it like that. Because women can do anything that men can do.
Because they're the same,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
They're the same, right?
Sure.
Yeah. You would think that way. You would think that way. They're not the same, Andy. And you know that. You just virtue signal so you
no.
don't piss people
The
off.
Grateful Dead.
They're not the same.
One of my favorite.
They're not. Why? What's the
One of
difference?
my favorite.
What? Explain a woman. What is a woman?
One of my.
What? No. What's a woman? They don't even know what the Creve Coeur Racket Club, by the way. Go into the Creve Coeur Racket Club where Andy's buddies are and go in there and be like, what's a woman? They're going to be like, I don't, whatever they want to be.
Hey,
Unacceptable.
one of the best Dead songs
You didn't
ever
answer.
out there.
You didn't
are
answer it.
Women Are Smarter.
What? You didn't answer.
That's a great song. You ever heard that song?
No.
That's right.
The women are smarter.
Smarter.
Nah. What is a woman?
Women may be smarter than men too. When you think
You
about
can't
it.
answer.
What do you think?
He's
of
like
that?
the politicians that can't answer.
Oh,
that
what's a
question.
woman?
What's a woman?
Well, biologically,
What's a goddamn woman?
probably if they
Probably what?
have, well,
Probably. Maddie, he started out with probably.
no, dude, you
got 2 daughters.
It's when
You
you have
son of
a
a bitch.
vagina. That's
What?
a woman. When you have a vagina, that would be a woman, right? Is that the right answer? That's a woman.
It's an adult female. A
What?
woman is an adult female with XX chromosomes.
Okay, so
Answer the fucking thing.
Did
You
what
got
I-
2 fucking
did
daughters.
what I say was wrong?
A vagina? I don't know if
I don't
that's
know.
what
Can
you
a
would
man
say.
have a vagina? Oh my God, am I gonna get?
I know.
Don't.
I mean,
get the people coming
like,
after me.
and he can't
You're
even
setting
explain
me
what
up.
it is. You
A
should run.
woman-
You should run for politics. You'd be a good
I
politician.
know what a woman is.
Do you?
Yeah,
Do you? XX chromosomes.
X?
It's an adult female.
fine.
A vagina's part.
You
of it.
just asked him what's a female.
You said somebody that has a vagina.
Hey,
God.
is that a wrong answer?
It's just not like fucking just say an adult female.
I bet you 95% of their listeners and viewers
Oh.
are answering this question in their head, and they're like, "If you have a vagina,
XX chromosomes.
like you're not having XX with a penis, right?"
No.
Okay, so what are you talking
But
about?
there are some instances where I think that you can have like I don't fucking know.
So like, what do you? Like,
You had to think
I
about it for
didn't give a
20
wrong
fucking
answer.
minutes. No, you didn't. You're fine. It does stump a lot of people when you ask them that question. It's really bizarre.
Doesn't stump me. I just didn't want to be offensive.
Of course. So you want to virtue signal. Do you see that? You know who I hate, by the way, on YouTube? Is that Jack Dougherty? Jack Dougherty? You ever see that kid, Andy? Jack Dougherty on YouTube.
Yeah, he got arrested in Miami.
The little punk ass kid. He's got these big ass bouncers with him, and he's a dick.
His
like
security, yeah.
His security. He'll fucking bump into you, and you and your wife are walking down the mall. And you like bump into you, and you'll turn around, and all of a sudden, that 6'8" monster's right there. Like, what are you gonna do? I fucking hate that motherfucker.
You do?
And I want to bag his fucking bouncer up too.
Really?
Like if he bumped into my wife, I don't know what the
Does he
fuck.
do it like
Like
physically?
he fucking bumps into you, like fucking bam, like shoulder checks you, and he's got all his camera crew, and all of a sudden you're like, you little punk ass, and then the big boy, like I want to knock the big boy out, and then grab him and smack him
So
around.
what they arrest him for?
Yeah, I think he had drugs on him.
Yeah,
and stuff
but like
that. He got a car accident.
No, they arrest.
Why you asking me?
Because the cop was in his face on the video, be like, "Dude, why you?" It's like he wasn't listening or following some orders, so
Fuck him.
then they arrested him, and then they
Hate
probably
that
found the
kid.
drugs after that.
I
What
hope he
kind
had
of
coke
drugs
on.
did he have?
Hopefully he had coke on him,
Why?
because that's
So he gets a felony?
yeah.
So like he'll go to jail for that.
Shit, yeah. You got coke on you?
You can't get out of that.
Yeah, I mean, you can get out of you can get out of a lot of things. I mean, but if you have weed on you, like they're not gonna do anything. But if you got yayo and you got plenty of it, then you're gonna be jammed up for a little bit for sure.
Yayo.
Yayo, talking about the yayo. Can't have that. You know what I mean? So I just hate that. These pranksters, man. Like I don't ever want to get fucking pranked. Don't prank me. I never liked the guys I play with that prank. We talked about this before. Don't fucking prank me.
You don't
I got
like
enough
that?
shit going on. I don't need to fucking worry about
I'm
shit.
thinking of a good thing maybe we could do.
Remember I got pranked and
on
almost
this
ruined
show.
my whole career when the
Yeah.
guy stole my phone and
Yeah.
changed the number to Lou Lamarillo's, and I called him, and
Amazing story.
it was horrible. Horrible.
That's terrible.
It was terrible.
To do.
It was terrible.
Does Lou remember that?
Yes, he remembers that. Remember he called me afterwards when I talked about chiclets, and he's like, dude, because I said I was imitating him and I used cuss words. He's like, I never cussed at you.
Oh.
Remember that?
Well, why would you say that about Lou? That's
Because he did
disrespectful.
cuss.
He did? Andy Murray said he never cussed either. And then
He did.
He cussed at me one time.
He did.
afterwards.
Everybody cusses. Who cares? But anyway, so.
Nobody cusses as much as you.
Yeah, they do. Sure, there's a ton
I have
of
a
guys.
video of a kid that some kid sent to me. And it said, can you please tell Cam to stop cussing so I can listen to the podcast?
Oh, settle down, kid. I don't care. Sorry. How many times did I cuss today? Not much.
Don't ask me what a woman is when I know the answer. It's like an obvious
you
answer,
did.
but you're making me
and he's
think
like, what would they say at the racket club? What would they say at the racket club?
like it's some type of, trick question or something.
Shouldn't be. Andy's looking it up right now, and that's what he's looking up right now. He's looking up what a woman is.
Dude, this Matthew Schaefer is something else.
He's a pretty good player, isn't he? Dang good.
Like, give him the Calder now.
Okay.
Although there's going to be some other ones that are going to be.
Who?
Demidov. He's right there.
Yeah. They're getting banged up, Montreal.
But then I think you get down to the Senekes and the Snuggeroods, for example, and whatnot. Like, you
He's
get
got
down
work to do.
Yeah, you get down to those guys. Then, but I don't think anyone's really going to threaten with Matthew Schaefer. He's got too big of a role on there. He's on the power play, man. He's going to keep putting up points.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
on the ice for 3-on-3.
Mm-hmm. He's a damn good player. Fun to watch. Fast.
And you
Good God.
you can see how in just 1 year how it just changes the entire life of an organization.
Yeah, no doubt. They
Like
got
they've
life.
got excitement. Their uniforms look better. Everything looks better when you're
When
good.
you have a number one pick overall
Yeah.
and he's dominant at
Mhm.
18 years old. Remember last year, Barzell's like on the bench right before puck drop, and he's looking around, and he's like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is this?
nobody's there.
Fucking joke. It's embarrassing. He's like talking to his teammate because there's nobody there.
hmm
Now you got something. Well, sorry, Matthew. You haven't been good either. You've been struggling big time. So, yeah, like you guys
Matthew who?
are.
Oh,
Barzell,
Barzell?
yes, he's been struggling.
Mhm.
Past couple of years, look at his numbers. Like
No,
he
I
hasn't put
know.
up numbers in a while,
No,
right?
no.
So anyway, but now
But-
you got a number one pick, and you're entertaining and you're winning more games. Like they're going to show back up.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes.
I just think sometimes when you see players struggling, sometimes you just have to. And I'm not saying this is the case with Barzell or not, but like who they playing with, stuff like that. It really matters, man.
yeah,
It really
yeah,
matters.
but also like figure it out.
I guess
Figure
easier
it out.
said than done.
figure it out. Just figure it out.
What if
Find
they
a
What if
way.
they told you to just figure it out, Cam?
I
We
did.
want you to score 20 goals. this
No,
year. Just figure it out.
no, I didn't need to. You should. You're a goal scorer.
Mhm.
You're getting paid to be a goal scorer. Figure it the fuck out. Andy always wants to blame his teammates. That's his mindset. You shouldn't do anything. Your teammates, who are you playing with? That's why. Fucking figure it out. Find a way. Find a way. Look at his numbers. It's brutal. Like brutal. Find a way. I know you need more guys on the team. I get that, but
You think
Are you
it's-
doing everything?
You think it's like that, don't you?
you don't know.
All right. Well, listen, I gotta
You gotta go.
hit the road
Thanks.
today.
Sorry to
guys.
bother you. Sorry to bother you.
Love to stay here and
Yeah.
talk, but I've got
Oh. Then let's go.
a plane to catch.
Yeah, in 4 hours.
4 hours. I'll be there in like an hour.
Yeah, let's go then.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, it ain't 4 hours. Hey, the Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by Stiefel, Cam.
Stiefel, baby. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Protect that money.
What is it?
Said protect that money.
Stiefel in St. Louis and across the nation, a leader in wealth management and investment banking. One of the fastest growing firms in the U.S. That's Stiefel, where success meets success.
Yeah.
First Form, baby. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Use our link and use it today. I keep telling you, Christmas is coming. My tree is up. I got a beautiful new tree, Cam. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, we already went through this. Like,
No.
let's go.
I didn't show it to you, though.
No, okay, but you can't show it now.
I mean,
so don't
it
waste time.
lights up the room.
That's what it's supposed to do.
We got
That's
a
what Christmas tree-
9-footer. It's just absolutely beautiful. Incredible. So I'm glad we were able to get that done. It's going to be a really, really nice Christmas in my house this year, Cam. What are you getting me for Christmas, by the way?
I don't know yet.
Because we're giving this year a lot, so I'm just wondering what you're giving me.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll give you my time. I'll leave work early to come meet your standards and where you're at and what time you need.
What are you
going to
give Kate? Because I know you don't really give her too many.
That's the tough fucking
presents.
thing. She is the hardest.
Is she?
Oh my God, dude.
Why is she hard?
Because she's picky with stuff. She doesn't like jewelry. She doesn't need any of that glamour stuff. Like, so like I got to be creative. And sometimes that's.
She doesn't like jewelry?
Nah. She likes her ring and stuff, but she doesn't wear much jewelry.
There's always some great gifts you can get her from First Form, dude. For men and women. Firstform.com/Cameron Protein sticks, collagen.
She loves all that stuff.
Magnesium.
She has all the protein
potassium.
shakes with me in the morning and stuff like that. She takes
Yeah. Okay, good. Because you can do
magnesium
all of that.
at night. She drinks
Creatine, dude.
Yeah.
You can do all of
She
that.
stays a little bit away from the creatine, but she does.
They
the protein.
have great clothes too, man.
Yeah.
Women's clothes, men's clothes. The apparel is unbelievable.
I got their socks on right now too.
So do I.
You know,
I wear the socks all the time.
I do too. It's good.
So anyway, I mean, check it out. Firstform.com/Cameron Strick. We've been telling you for years and years. Love having First Form on the show. Get the energy drinks. Get everything you need. The protein, obviously. Everyone knows the protein is the best on the market. So
damn good.
But there's so many other options, especially this holiday season. Put something in that stocking. Make someone happy.
Make them happy.
Make it a First Form holiday. Sparks hockey, baby. Don't ruin your holiday.
Yeah.
Don't ruin the tournament.
Don't ruin your tournament that you paid for.
Oh my God.
Because he's slipping and falling. He busts his AC joint out.
Literally slipping.
You know what I mean? Like slipping into the boards because his skates are fucked up.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
Toe picking.
Yeah, toe picking. That's brutal. Brutal. That's an easy way to change that is to have a Sparks.
Mhm.
Just have it ready. Do it right before you leave for the tournament, stuff like that. You don't have to deal with it.
Anyone can do it.
Anybody can do it. Bring it with you.
Men and women.
Men and women do it. What's that supposed to mean? You didn't think women could do it?
Why would you say such a
Because
thing?
you said men and
No,
women,
but,
meaning
you know,
I already knew.
But
No. I already knew
I'm
that.
not saying that.
You don't even know what a woman is. I already knew that women can do it too, but Andy had specifically had to say that because he kind of was on the fence if they are able to do it or not.
SparksHockey.com. Use the promo code Cameron Strick. It'll save you more money than Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
It's coming soon.
Don't let Seth.
Andy's going to be at Walmart fucking pushing people around.
Get out of my way.
I have a son. I have a son.
Get out of my way.
Do you know who I am? Son of a bitch.
Don't let Seth ruin your holidays. Gosh dang it.
Oh,
Blue Note Roofing. David Novak, 314-920-5713.
He'll take care of you.
314-920-5713.
He'll take care of you.
314-920-5713. Roofing, gutters, siding, soffit, fascia.
Fascia.
Whatever it is you need, he'll take care of you.
1753.
5713.
5713.
314-920-5713.
5713.
But listen, get on it.
Get going.
Because insurance companies won't pay for it.
And the weather's fine right now, too. If you got to get it done, if I can get it done now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Get it done now before it gets
Get it
shitty.
done
Okay?
now.
Because the weather's going to get shitty soon.
The weather will get shitty.
It's going to get shitty soon.
Yeah, we know. Hey, I don't know how to pack for my trip because
No one gives a fuck. Stop.
in Canada,
And you got deployed to Iraq. Listen, this trip ain't that.
in Canada,
Like,
it's
come
so
on.
cold
No
up there.
one. People have to fucking go. Dude, stop it. Stop it.
In Canada,
Stop
it's
it.
cold, dude.
Feel sorry for him.
And in Philly, it's not as cold.
Yes, it is cold. Jesus Christ. Put your suits in
In
a fucking
New
bag.
York City,
Good God.
it's not as cold.
Fucking talking about his road trip. I don't know what to pack. Let's talk about it. Nobody gives a fuck.
How dare you?
Stop it.
How dare you?
Get going.
How dare you?
Jesus.
Blue
I gotta
Note
talk
Roofing,
about my life.
Call David Novak today. One thing I would like to bring is a True Flow cooler on that plane.
yeah.
I'd love to have that for the week.
Just
Wheel that on.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Hey guys, I brought a cooler.
I
of-
brought a cooler.
I made some sandwiches.
I mean, don't do that. But it's good to have a cooler for all kinds of different stuff.
Would
And
you
they
like?
have badass coolers.
Would you like a cooler for Christmas?
Oh, the one that you owe me anyway? Yeah, I would. I want another one. Sure.
I'm trying to think. Well, I might get you something. True Float, TRU, by the way. True Float. True Float. Do it and do it today and do it now with True Float. Get those coolers. Get those heated chairs. These heated chairs,
they're
man. You talk
fantastic.
about one of the greatest Christmas presents you can
Well,
give
my
that
buddy's
loved one
having
in your life.
my buddy's gonna have a bonfire, and I'm gonna bring that son bitch.
Oh, when is it? Because
You're not invited.
No, he told me
You're
he's
not
inviting me.
You're not invited. This is blue collar shit kickers. That's
I'll
what
be
we do.
I'll be there if I'm in town.
They don't want to hear about your road trip and your suits that you got to pack. They don't want to hear about that.
Mhm.
They got shit going on. They got acreage. They
Just
got fucking
let
farmland.
me know.
They're shit kicking, construction working sons of bitches. They got shit
Blue
going.
collar.
Blue collar motherfuckers.
Okay, just let me
And
know.
he's gonna be like, hey, listen up, everybody. My suit wrinkled one time, and let me tell you, like, what?
How
I
dare
got
it.
fucking livestock.
That is.
I got my bison getting fucking shot up.
Oh my
I need-
God!
Yeah, that's what they
Their
deal with.
bison are getting shot up.
What happened before?
Did you hear about that guy that was mauled by the polar bear? And he talked to his parents just seconds before that and said there's no bears in sight.
Mm-hmm.
He's a photographer shooting bears, not shooting with a gun, but shooting bears with a camera. And the polar bears got him,
The
dude.
apex predator.
The worst way to die.
apex
It's the
predator.
most. It's the scariest and the worst way to ever die.
It's the most apex predator in the world. As a
Can you
polar
never
bear.
talk them out of like biting? You can't be
Sure,
like,
you
"Hey,
can. They reason with you. They reason with you.
No.
I have a son. He doesn't care. The polar bear will not care.
Really?
And a polar bear could swim for miles and,
And miles
miles
in the
and
coldest of
miles and
weather.
days. Swim.
Really?
Apex predator.
What does apex mean?
The toughest of the toughest.
No one's tougher.
And that?
What if a lion were to meet head to head?
Polar bear's bigger.
Really?
Fucking A.
Would take on the lion.
Goddamn right.
Gorilla?
The only thing.
Gorilla?
Yes. Yes. Polar bear's apex. The only thing that would have a chance if you find a 25-foot fucking Nile croc will get the polar bear probably by the legs, drag him in the water, and then do spin.
Are you
rip his leg,
serious?
you know.
Dude, something could take down a polar
Like
bear.
what? No, like what?
A grizzly?
Like what?
maybe?
No, they're bigger than grizzlies. They're apex.
A tiger?
No, tiger will beat a lion, but tiger might be second. Besides a croc, a monster croc, a tiger, polar bear, scary.
I'll look into this.
I know. Go ahead, look
And I'll
into
get back to
it.
you.
Look into it.
True Flow, baby. Out of where?
Shit kicking, baby. Alberta. Right there,
Edmonton,
Edmonton.
baby.
Shit kicking. We love all you badass
All
dudes
y'all.
out there. You guys are so cool, man.
Dude, we
love you
haven't
out there.
even mentioned that Kirk Maltby is on this edition of the
Yeah,
Cam and
Kirk.
Strick podcast.
Yeah, he was
Dude,
fantastic.
unbelievable conversation.
We had
with
talk
Kirk
Red
Maltby.
Wings out the wazoo.
We talk everything.
Red Wings,
Babcock.
Babcock, everything. He was fantastic. Hour and 15 minutes
Dude,
of nonstop stories.
you're going to love this.
He
We
was
love
fantastic.
talking to the old school guys,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, like and subscribe on our YouTube channel,
Yeah.
by the way, so you can see everything.
Good idea.
Yeah, always do that, guys. Go to our
Um,
YouTube channel and like and subscribe, please and thank
Next
you.
week, bear with us. It may be coming out a day
Yeah,
or so
that's
late.
okay.
We'll
Yeah.
update you on social media,
Yeah.
but I'm traveling, and so we're just trying
Andy's
to work
traveling.
around the schedule. The
Andy's
Blues
traveling.
have a game next Monday at MSG,
Yeah.
so that may be difficult to record that day. We'll see how we
Well, there'll
we
be all right.
figure it
We've
out.
told you this
So,
is going to happen a couple times
yeah,
throughout the year,
yeah,
but we've been always
yeah.
been consistent with you guys, man. We work our ass
Hey,
off for you. We
no
love
doubt,
you.
No
yeah.
doubt. Get that chair from True Flow. Get
Yeah.
the Cam and Strick logo on there, and enjoy Kirk Maltby
Right
now
here.
on the Cam and Strick podcast,
Love you guys.
baby. The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by First Form, baby. Use our link and do it today. www.firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein, check out the apparel, eat those bars, and drink those energy drinks. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview. How's it going, man? Thanks for doing this.
Good. I was actually scrambling. I was outside. It's that time of year here for leaves, so I was out doing my leaves and stuff and getting trying to get the yard all cleaned up for wintertime.
I know, that's what I do.
You don't have
too.
somebody do that for you?
No, you know what? I did, and then when I retired, this is my workout: cutting the lawn, doing the
Yeah.
leaves, being outside. It's it's not a lot of pace to it, but when it's 90 degrees and humid, you get a good little sweat out there.
Yeah, I get
yeah.
you.
I know, but I just can't do it. I'm looking at the leaves. I got to get somebody to come over and do that. You know?
No,
So-
it's never ending. I have a little bit of an older neighborhood with a lot of big trees, so in 2 to 3 days it'll look like I never touched a thing, and then you got to do it again. So it is until the snow comes and covers it all. Then we're good to go.
Do you still skate?
I push pucks around on my son's hockey practice. I don't skate as far as I try to get out with the alumni when I can, which is not very often. And they got a alumni game coming up with Shoresy, I think in about a week or so. And I'm debating right now. I had back surgery a couple years ago, and I just don't want to screw around. So we'll see.
I know.
Back surgery.
You got to do it. Just put the jersey on, man. People want to see you.
They do want to see you.
You know, they
No
want to
doubt.
see you. But how is your body and everything, man? I mean, you played so crazy. You took so many hits. You delivered so many hits. Like, how is your body after you played?
Yeah, not too bad. Other than the back thing, for the most part, the knees, the shoulders, I had injuries during my playing days, but being post-retirement, I've been pretty lucky with that. Like I said, just the back was the major one. Like I said, I have 3 kids. They're a little bit older now, but when I first retired, I was really involved with my son's hockey. My daughter does gymnastics, so I don't touch that, but they're field hockey, lacrosse, things like that. So they kept me busy, and I was out, and I always hated as a player going to the gym, and it's different workouts now, but like the stationary bike is just so boring, and on the treadmill running for a few miles, going zero, like nowhere, so it's like, it's so boring.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Who was working out like crazy that you played with besides Chelios sitting in the sauna?
Well, that was the funny thing about Chelly was you knew when Chelly was at the rink, and he was usually one of the first guys there, and he would do his little workouts before. And at the old Joe, where the cold tubs were in the medical room to the bathrooms was a little bit of a walk on some rubber floor, then carpet, and Chelly had a water path back and forth, because he goes, for 10 minutes at a time, plunges, whatever it was. So you knew he was there already. Drapes, Stevie. I mean, when I got here from Edmonton, it was completely different where the team was at. Obviously, standings wise at that time, but just the dedication and the commitment that these guys had because they were contending to win Stanley Cups. And it took me a step back as a young guy, and you kind of figure it out or you won't be there. So it was kind of collectively as a group, the work ethic and the stuff they were doing on off days and after games and things like that was pretty cool.
Well, you were probably one of the youngest guys on the team, and then you walk in that locker room with all those monsters. Like, were they chirping? Were you trying to chime in the locker room? Or were you just quiet?
Yeah, no, I was quiet. I was very quiet. When I got traded, the day I got traded, I was coming back from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia on a conditioning stint for 4 games after I had an eye injury, and I was coming back. I flew from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia to Pittsburgh, where Edmonton was, and Ron Lowe pulled me aside, told me I was traded to Detroit, and I was shocked at first, but long story short, by the time I got back to the hotel, heading to the airport to go to Detroit, I was like, what am I going to do in Detroit? That's the year they broke the record for wins and points, and it was the year after they had lost in New Jersey. So I'm like, what am I, fourth line plugger? What am I going to do here? And I remember my first day in the dressing room. I was kind of early because I was staying at the hotel right by the Joe there, and guys started filing in, and I'm like, hi guys, and everyone was awesome. They were like, I didn't know anybody on the team personally. I never had played against guys like Mac and Drapes briefly and a few other guys, but as far as personally knowing any of the guys, I didn't know anyone, but they were awesome. And then once things kind of went on, they're like, oh, I wanted to kill you, like Marty LaPointe, oh man, I wanted to kill you. And Bulldog, his nickname is Bulldog. Marty was as strong as they came, man, and once he got his grip on you, c'est la vie.
It was over. It was over. Hey, but you scored so many goals in junior, when did you know you had to change your game to be able to? I mean, you played over 1,000 games, dude. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I would never claim to be the smartest guy in the world, but I figured it out pretty quickly my first year in the minors. And I think I had 20, 23, I don't know, 21, something like that in the minors. But it wasn't it was like I was doing it in junior, where I'm not saying it was easy in junior, but you kind of can, put some points up a little bit easier. But I figured it out pretty quickly when I turned pro. And then when I got to Edmonton the next year, it was another step, another level. So I always enjoyed, even in junior when I was scoring, I always enjoyed being a pain in the ass and hitting. I never shied away from playing physical or taking a hit or giving a hit. So I kind of just took it to the next level at the pro level and then tried to chip in a little bit when I can moving forward.
Hey, listen, we're going to get into a lot of Detroit, obviously, but how was Edmonton? Like, did you like living in Edmonton? I mean, you had some cool guys there on that team, you know? So, like, how was that coming in as a young guy?
Yeah, no, I loved Edmonton. And like I said, I mean, people might say, why would you be sad about getting traded? But when you're with a group, and we were young guys, like Dougie Waite was there, as you guys know him, Freddie Brathwaite, Jason Arnott, you know, I mean, there's on and on. We had a few veteran guys from the teams years previous, but we had a really young team. And I'm not saying we were really on the up and coming. We did a lot of losing my first couple years there. But as far as the city of Edmonton, I still have I hold a special place in my heart for it. Like, it's cold and they get a lot of snow there. And I remember there was one game we go there and they were calling for a little bit of bad weather. And one of the sponsors came on the Jumbotron or whatever, and they announced free boosts for anybody's car that wouldn't start up after the game. And the crowd went nuts because they're like, there's a good chance of, you know, the parking lot had this rail with all the outlets, and you know, they're going to the game, they're plugging their blocks in so that their car doesn't freeze up, you know, to go in for the game for a few hours. But so the winters are, you know, it's an acquired taste, but the city, the fans, my time there, I loved it. I thought it was one of the, you know, I was young, dumb, and, you know, didn't know any better maybe, but it was the team that gave me my start and got my foot in the door. And like I said, I still hold a very special place in my heart for them.
Why'd they trade you?
I don't know. Well, I was told one story was I playing for Edmonton against Detroit in Edmonton, and Paul Coffey was going back to pick the puck up, coming around the net, and I was coming, and we just met, and I completely steamrolled him. And to my understanding, Scotty and Paul didn't see eye to eye a lot, and Scotty loved it. So I think he had a lot of say back then on the personnel and trades and stuff like that. And next thing you know, whatever amount of time went by, and next thing you know, I'm playing in Detroit. I don't know if that's 100% true or not, but again,
we're
I don't
going
know.
with that story, man. I like that story.
I kind of thought about why I got traded to Detroit and where that team was at and the kind of player I was. I didn't know where I was going to fit in there. And so obviously Scotty, you know, people ask a lot about Scotty, and you know, everyone's like, oh, he's always a step ahead. What he's thinking, this and that. I have no idea, but he saw something and made the deal for Dan McGillis, who was I think he was still in college at that time, drafted by Detroit, and the rest is history.
Scotty's listen, Coffey, I've been telling you to stay back.
Yeah.
You're not listening to me. You're not. And now you get steamrolled by this kid. I'm bringing him here to Detroit.
Yeah, no. Actually, I remember that game, you know, that happened, and I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, they had Mac still. I mean, Mac was there, and Marty, and thank God Proby was already in Chicago that year. But I was waiting, and nothing fortunately ever happened. But we went out to the bar for a few beers after the game, and they were spending the night in Edmonton, and they ended up at the same bar. And Paul actually came over and said, "Hey kid, don't ever hit me hard." But he was being like very social and funny about it. But and that's how it was back there. A lot of stuff that happened on the ice, which some shit was pretty, you know, nasty, but after you got off and you went to the bar or saw guys afterwards, it was kind of all forgiven and buy each other a beer.
Yeah, I love that, man. So what Coffey said to you when you got to Detroit?
He didn't acknowledge that at all or anything like that. I think at that time it was so fresh. It happened that night in the game. Yeah. But again, like, you know, Detroit had the Russian guys there, so that was a lot different. And then, you know, we had some really good players, obviously, in Detroit, young guys, and obviously they turned into superstars. And but at that time we were so young. And then when it comes to Detroit, you know, you have Stevie, you have Sergei Fedorov, you have you know, a youngish Nick Lidstrom, who just obviously his career speaks for itself. You know, we had those kind of guys, and then we had the Russians, we had the Russian 5 guys, so that was a whole dynamic. And then, you know, we didn't have that many Swedes at the time, and that was another year moving forward. But it was just it was amazing how many different personalities, not just because of individual, but the countries and the language and all that. But when the guys stepped on the ice, it was universal, and it was Scotty had everyone pulling the rope in the same direction, and it was just so much fun.
Did all the Russians just hang out together?
So yeah, kind of. I mean, on the road, it was we call them cliques, whatever you want to call it. But I obviously gravitated guys like Drapes and Marty and Mac and guys like that. And then the Russians, because some of these cities that we would go to, they would have some Russian areas or Russian restaurants that they would want, to have a little bit of their own home cooked food. So they did one year though. Gosh, I can't remember what one, but they took the whole team out. They told us, like, we're in New York. We had time for it. So there's like 2 days in between games. They took us to a Russian restaurant, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. You can see why they missed home a little bit, but I mean, there was a vodka bottle every 2 chairs. There was entertainment. There was you couldn't understand half the time what anybody was saying, the hosts were saying or whatever, but it usually meant take another shot. So it was a good time. I don't remember if we won that next game or not, but we had a good time.
How's the food though? Was it?
What were you eating?
Much to be desired.
I know. Just entertain me at the bar.
Just give me the vodka.
There's a lot of vodka, but like anybody, it's kind of what they knew, what they grew up on type of food, and we all respected that as far as everyone going. And it wasn't like an official team dinner, but it kind of was. It was like, you're going, let's everyone go. So it was a great time, and it was a great bonding for everyone. And I know that the Russian guys really, really respected and were happy that we all did it.
Who do you think is the best Russian to play for Detroit?
Oh man, well, I mean, Sergey and Pavel from a skill set were just ridiculous. I mean, in today's game, if you had today's rules and you had a young Sergey Fedorov, he'd be right there with Connor McDavid. He was so good, just going full speed, making plays, handling whatever, did what he wanted to do. Pavel had equally as good a skill, but didn't skate quite as well as Sergey. But the one thing about Pavel was, and it rarely ever happened, but if we were having a bit of a tough time in the first period or things were going our way, and Pavel will be out there, and you kind of almost wanted him to turn the puck over, hopefully not for a goal against or whatever, but he would get so pissed off. He would do everything in his power to just make up for it, plus more. And then that would just kick us all, and we'd all get going. I'm not saying we won every game like that, but it was like, you knew Pavel was, just turn it up a notch. But I mean, yeah, those two from a skill standpoint, Vlatty, from just a warrior, this guy was 180 pounds, and he did not back down from a single person. And I believe we would have won more cups if that car accident wouldn't have happened. And I think he would have been in the runnings for a Norris Trophy, but he was unbelievable. And, and obviously we had Igor and Fetisov at the back end of their careers, but I mean, just so smart. I mean, they just, if you played with them, which was very little, it was like just get them, don't dump the puck, because you're the one that's going in to get it. Like they're not chasing that puck down. So it was awesome to watch, and they were all great guys. Kozlov as well.
Yeah.
He was a little grumpy, but he was a hell of a player.
Well, he got rocked by Stevens at one time, so probably made him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I hadn't got here yet, but I remember that. All those hits. On Kazi, on Korea. There's a couple other ones there.
He had a few.
Today would be 10, 15 game suspensions, but that's just the way the game was back then.
No doubt.
It's like McCarty going after Claude Lemieux and whatever, and then scoring the game-winning goal or whatever. It's like,
6-5
he'd be tossed out of the game. You wouldn't even see him for another 3 weeks.
I still wonder how. Well, I mean, you wonder how the league / referees thought of that whole situation going back to the Draper hit. When that, and listen, Claude had a hell of a career. He was a hell of a hockey player, and but he obviously had that reputation, and I'm almost wondering if it was did turn the eye a little bit. I didn't really see it, but I did see it, and obviously they didn't have the cameras. I mean, the cameras saw what he did, Mac did to him, but there wasn't all that stuff. I mean, the fact that Mac didn't even get kicked out of the game, let alone stay in and score the winning goal, how he didn't get kicked out of the game, I still mind-boggling. And then the culprits that started that particular incident was Igor Larionov and Peter Forsberg.
Yeah, little wrestling match.
That's what you expected coming in.
Exactly.
You expected those guys to get it going for everybody.
But that was so hyped up, man. Talk about the biggest rivalries in sports. This was so hardcore. So the next game you play him is How was the media situation when it came to you guys playing?
Well, I mean, the technology with the phones and all that weren't there, but like everyone's phones had messages and this and that. Everyone's buddies from back home are like, hey, can we get tickets for the next time they're in town and things like that. I mean, obviously the media, especially with Darren and Shanny and Verney with the goalie fight and with Wah and all that. Like it was pretty cool. Like at the end of the day, no one outside of Drapes really who got severely hurt from that hit. Mm-hmm. Claude, obviously Mac, got his shots in, but ultimately was okay after that. No one really got hurt out of the whole thing. As hockey players, as Cam, like teeth, stitches, nose, injuries are part of it. And, in a lot of cases, guys' fake new teeth are way better looking than what the old teeth look like.
That's what I wanted. I wish my teeth would have got knocked out. They'd be pearly white right now.
Yeah. So, but it was pretty awesome. And then moving forward for the next few years, because the one special thing I thought, probably a lot of people about that series was, the potential of another brawl, which it did happen the next year. But it was, the teams were both had all this skill as well. Yeah. Like they were, us and them were both potential Stanley Cup contenders. So, but it was a great rivalry for the next handful of years. And I enjoyed and I'm so glad that I was part of it.
Yeah. There's so much hatred, man. You just don't see the hatred anymore. Like, and it was like real hatred.
Yeah.
And, St. Louis had some of that with Detroit too, over the years, you know what I mean? There was always a lot of, even before you got there was always that rivalry, but they had it with Chicago. I just think, you just had those rivalries that you just couldn't manufacture. They just happened organically,
No. Yeah. There was hatred. There was respect, but there was hatred. Like we played Colorado in the outdoor game there a handful of years ago, and we did the alumni game as well. And they had a function for the alumni at I don't know what the rock called, the baseball, I don't know what it's called, but they had it on the one concourse thing. And like some of their guys, like the Forsbergs, the Foots, like they wouldn't come over and talk to us. Like, not that we went over there to talk to him either. The one, I knew Sean Podine from my days in Edmonton, and Podes is a great guy. And the one guy that kind of really did come out of his way, and it did start with some of the other guys, but was Ray Bork, who wasn't even anything part of that, but he was there. And, I guess Adam Foote on the radio was talked about, like, if there was one guy he could, punch or something like that, it was like Drapes. And, next thing you know, the media just ran with that stuff. But there was a hatred, but there was a lot of respect. And I mean, they were a hell of a team. And then St. Louis, if you look back at those days, like between us, Colorado, St. Louis, and Dallas. I mean, those were four teams for a handful of years that any one of those teams could have won a Stanley Cup. And St. Louis, obviously seemed like we had to go through them, if not every year, almost every year in the playoffs. And it was a war. It was a battle. Like, and the way the game was played back then, it was, you had Pronger that'd still be suspended today, for some of the stuff. But again, it's the way the game was played back then. And it was a lot of fun. And, saying I don't want to jokingly say I feel bad that they never won a cup, but they had the potential and the teams that they could have easily have won more cups before they actually did win one.
Yeah, the playoff series were crazy because there were long overtime games. Yep. The Yzerman goal against John Casey, man,
devastating here.
Gretzky's on that team for St. Louis. Like, did you feel like you guys were the better team in that series? Like you deserved to win that particular one?
Well, that was for me personally. That was the year I got traded here, so I was here from the deadline leading into those playoffs, and I just remember even the media, like they were like, they're gonna win, they're gonna take it, they're gonna come back and win the next game, whether we were down a game or down a game on the score sheet or down a game in the playoff series, and you felt it in the dressing room too, the experience, obviously losing to Jersey, getting upset by Toronto and San Jose years previous. I just felt like we were going to win. But again, St. Louis had a hell of a team. They were lights out as well. And it was just a matter of breaks. And sometimes you got to be lucky to be good. But that was a tough series. And I'm not saying a goalie should or would normally let a goal in from there, but it happens, and everyone says, "Oh, Gretzky turned the puck over, this, that, whatever." But it was just a play that happens 100 times during the course of a series, and that one went in. And there was a lot of pressure on us still, obviously, because the team had lost and got upset and to move forward. So to get through that series, I think a lot of everyone thought wasn't necessarily the hump, but it was like, okay, here we go, let's take it to the next level. But Colorado had other ideas that year.
Yeah.
Remind me though, like Yzerman scored so many goals in so many different ways. Like, did he score a lot of goals like that? Would he just come across the blue line and just rip it like that? I mean, it's like all his goals are so the highlight reel goals that you see from throughout his career. You just don't see too many like that. I mean, it was an unbelievable shot. I don't know if it was a great shot or the goalie should have had it or whatever, but I mean, it's right under the bar. It's a hell of a shot.
I will say this about Stevie, aside from the type of player he was, but like he had a sneaky good shot. He had a very sneaky shot. I think a lot better than I ever thought it was. And not to say I thought he had a muffin or anything like that, but and then like he's not a big guy. Like, I don't know, he was probably in the 180s, but he was strong. He was strong in his skates, strong in the puck. A lot of he didn't go run around and try to hit guys and this and that, but when guys took runs at him, they got surprised. He would stand them up a lot of times. Unfortunately for Stevie, injuries, especially in his knees, kind of caught up with him, at the end. But even then, I mean, this guy in the 0-2 Cup run, Stevie might have been our best player, basically playing on one leg. It was unbelievable. But yeah, no, Stevie, some of the stuff he made, and obviously early in his career before I was even in the league, just seeing highlights.
Oh my God.
He had great skill and great vision and hockey sense that, we were lucky. I mean, I was lucky to be a part of an organization that had him as the captain.
All those monsters you played with, like, who was the most popular guy that was around Detroit that couldn't walk anywhere? Yeah, in Detroit. Like, who was the most popular guy on the team?
Well, we just had a fan fest this past weekend, part of the 100-year celebration for the Red Wings, and so there was a lot of alumni that came in town, and the one that lives here still, Darren Mac, McCarty, I think he could run for mayor and maybe win, to be honest with you. Honestly, like we're doing certain signings, and it's kind of structured where people have limited access, but then when we go into other sections where you're mingling and hanging out, and like Mac was just always had people like they love him, not just for the fights, the person, like he's got a big heart. He loved the game. He gave back. He loves the fans. He loves the city. Mac's just a generally good guy. Like, and he's been retired as long as I have, 15 years, whatever it's been. And again, people just gravitate to him because just of what he did and how he was as a person, not just his on ice stuff. And then, probably, and I never got to play with him. But when they did Stevie's number retirement into the rafters. The loudest, Stevie got the loudest and longest applause, but the guy that got the second was Bob Probert. And he was in Windsor at the time, and it's no secret, like some of his issues, like especially with the law part, like coming across the border. So he was kind of late. They weren't sure if he was going to make it or not. And I think he showed up like 5 minutes before they started. And but yeah, when they got to Proby, that was the second loudest applause.
Oh, I love it.
I love
Proby, baby.
Listen, and this because you still, are on top of the game and whatever in scouting. Like, lines don't even stay together. Like, everyone knows about your line. You guys had a name for your line, the grind line. Like, you would never have that in today's game because you'd be playing with different guys every period, essentially. So, did the coaches ever try to split you guys up? I mean, like, were you guys going to the coach and say, hey, leave us together? I mean, describe the chemistry you guys had, even though you weren't known for the offensive part of it.
No.
You guys scored a lot of big goals, though, too, man.
Yeah. No, honestly, I mean, I think collectively, if we're all honest with each other, meaning Drapes, myself, Joey, and Mac is kind of our add-on there. I'm not even sure where it came from, the name, but Drapes will take credit for it, I'm sure. But, I don't know. I remember playing, that was my first full year in Detroit, and we started the season, and I wasn't sure, again, like I said, why I got traded there, but I'm on the team. I was in and out of the lineup, healthy, all the way up until going into Christmas. And then all of a sudden, right around Christmas, there's these rumblings that we need some more toughness. We need this, and Joey Kosher's available and this and that. And I don't know if you guys have had Joey on or you've heard the story, but Joey reached out to Proby. We played them shortly before Christmas, and obviously Proby knows a lot of the guys on the team still, but he's like, Proby, just kind of go out there and do, some stupid stuff and, blah, blah, blah. And he did a little bit, nothing too crazy. And next thing you know, I think it was right after Christmas or just before, we signed Joey. And I honestly, as my personal self, I was like, well, that's one less spot. Like, someone's got to go. We got too many. And I can't remember, but I stayed. And then shortly thereafter, we were playing. And then next thing you know, it's me, Drapes, and Joey in a line. We played well-ish, I guess. And then it snowballed into just, we were playing well. We weren't getting scored on. We were playing physical. Scotty actually threw us out there against some of the top lines at times. We chipped in on offense a little bit. And first of all, we never said to the coaches, or let alone Scotty, like, keep us together. We want, like, that would have been reason right there enough. He would have split us up,
Exactly.
So, and Scotty just had a lot of trust in us. And, obviously we had a luxury of having some great players that they were, they could go out there and do their thing and whatnot. And then sometimes Scotty would get our line out against the other team's big line, and that would allow some of our better players to go out against a better matchup, a weaker line, if you want to call it that. So, and it just snowballed. We had chemistry. Drapes obviously skates. He's great in the face-off circle. I like to be a pain in the ass, and I skated decent, and we weren't afraid of the physical play. And then obviously Joey's Joey. Like, Joey's underrated as the type of player he was. As tough as that guy was, he still had some good hands. And if you go back on YouTube and see you could see some of the goals he scored. But we just kind of it snowballed, and then game one against Philadelphia Flyers in the Stanley Cup Finals, Scotty starts our line, and we're like, wow, this is, let's not F it up here. And we went out there and we're playing against the Legion of Doom, Eric Lindros, Renberg, and John LeClaire. And, we gave size and weight against those guys, but, we held our own okay against them. And then collectively as a team, obviously we played great and were able to win that year, but it lasted a couple of years. And then Joey obviously retired, and then Mac, that's where Mac kind of on a full-time basis was more or less, took over from Joey.
I like how that happens though. Like, Joey's on a team and he calls out Proby, like, listen, do some things out there. I need to get signed. No, I've heard this from a couple cats that used to do that back in the day too.
Yeah, no, that's for real. Like, I remember even my first year in the minors, we won the Calder Cup down there. We had a veteran team or whatever. And then the next year going into training camp, playing, and Mark LaForge, I don't know if you remember Mark LaForge, he got suspended for life from the OHL for some of the stupid shit he did there. But a good guy and tough as nail. He'd punch you or he might stick you in the face. You never knew. But I remember playing an exhibition season a game, and we're playing, and he's like, Maltz, just when I'm on the ice with you one time or whenever you're out there with me, like, just do your thing, get out there, run around, hit, like, whatever, because he wanted to kind of come in and show that he'd stand up for a teammate and fight a guy, and he would normally, but sometimes in exhibition, guys don't want to bang up their hands and stuff. But so I was like, oh, okay. But then I also remember in a scrimmage, he kind of gave me a shot, just whatever. I gave him a little whack in his shin. He gave me a whack on my hip. I gave him a whack on his shin. He whacked me back on my shoulder. So I didn't whack him back because I knew the next one was going towards my head. So I was like, okay, let bygones be bygones. But yeah, those, I was very lucky to have guys like that helped, not just myself, but our team stuck up for our team.
What about Scotty Bowman? Like, did anybody clap back at him? You got all those big guys on that team that played a long time. Like, who clapped back at Scotty on the bench and in the locker room and stuff?
Honestly, we could be here for a couple hours. I don't know anyone that talked back to Scotty. Now I'm saying that, maybe they had a one-on-one meeting behind closed doors after. I have no idea. But 99.9, and that might be too low % of the time, what Scotty said went, and everyone knew it. And you had some personalities that Scotty had too. Like, I know Dino was a fireball. Dino Ciccarelli was a fireball. I know him and Scotty probably butt heads a little bit. And I was only briefly here with Dino, but I still never witnessed anybody like saying anything in a, questioning Scotty or anything like that. And, if it was going to happen, it would happen then. And then also there was a lot of question marks in 02, bringing all these personalities. Hully was there.
Yeah.
I never knew Hully personally, obviously from playing against him, but he's a character and he has the personality, but I think I'm not saying he would have been a bad apple or anything like that, but he had a ton of respect for Scotty, and Scotty Hully was killing penalties for us in the during the season in the Stanley Cup Finals, and I think Hully loved it, and I just think Scotty had so much respect from everybody that and that's not saying that he did everything right. It's not saying he was always right about everything, but usually more times than not, things worked out. So you went with it.
Yep.
Holy man. But Holy respects the game though, like in the history of the game though too. So it's like, it doesn't surprise me to hear that at all. What about Dominic Hasek, man? Like, how did he fit in with the rest of the group? Everyone seems to have an opinion about him, and it's interesting that Ozzy took over for him. Like, did he handle that okay? Was that uncomfortable, you think, for Ozzy?
Maybe a little bit, but Ozzy's a great team guy, and he puts things in perspective, and respects, whether it was Dominic Hasek or anybody else. Dom, well, yeah, he's a character. He's, I like just listening to him talk just because of that accent and stuff. Like, it was just hilarious. Like, it's just the way he talked. But I mean, ultra competitor, obviously ultra, Hall of Fame goaltender. All he wanted to do was win. That's it, period. And, I asked this question to someone the other day, and it's, there's no answer. Well, because it never happened. But like, if he would have won the cup in Buffalo, like, maybe we never would have got Dom. And I'm not saying we wouldn't have won again, but he was a big part of us winning that year as well. But Dom was a character. Like, he marched to his own drum, and he did things that he wanted to, and I've heard all the stories in Buffalo, he was the big guy there, and kind of the bus or the plane or whatever it might have been left when he was there, whenever that might not be. We didn't run into any of that stuff there. Again, maybe because of the leadership and the veteran guys that we had, I'm not sure, but Dom was nothing but professional as far as I know. I don't know if there's a guy that maybe celebrated that cup much harder than Dom did. He got after it pretty good. But, the one thing about Dom was, in practice, if we were doing drills over the course of practice, whatever they were, and he felt that there was a guy or two that got the better of him scoring goals, he could be doing 2-on-0s backdoor, like he has no chance on. No, Dom, at the end, he would call guys, go set, from blue line or center ice, and then breakaways, penalty shots, until he felt like, okay, let's get off now. Like, he's an ultimate competitor. And he was only here. He retired after that year before he came back. And obviously he was still really good, and things just didn't go well in the playoffs against Nashville. And then that's when Ozzy came in. I think it was after game 2 or maybe early in game 3. And Ozzy obviously ran with it and did what he did. But, I had no problems with Dom. I wasn't with him a long time, so maybe it would have been different if it was 5 years versus 1. I've heard the stories. But again, when you have a leadership group and veteran players and coach that we had, it maybe, some of the negative stuff or whatever you want to call it that maybe happened in Buffalo just never bled into us in Detroit.
Yeah, I was going to say that, man, because you guys did have that culture. Right, everyone talks about the Red Wing way and all that type of stuff, because you had all these superstars who would come in and want to play for you guys, and it just felt like whether it was Robitaille or Hull or whoever it was, Shanahan, everyone just kind of fit in, right? Was there ever guys who tried to come in who were loud, and it was like, all right, this guy's it's just not going to work here in Detroit?
Yeah. Well, I mean, trying to think of someone that maybe without stating the obvious names, but again, there'd be maybe two, and not even in a bad way, because I didn't know either one of them before they came here, but Hully, only because of what you've heard over the years between Dallas and St. Louis with some of the stuff, and Chelly, and not because Chelly was like a bad guy, but he was a pretty strong personality, and he still did a lot of his own things his way, but he still went by how the culture, Scotty, whatever, the leaders that were here before him. And like, even if we just had that thing, the Fan Fest stuff, and he was telling, like, I think Chelly thought he was going to be here for 1, maybe 2 years. And I think it was like eight, almost 10 years he was here. And I mean, honestly, I say Dominic was one of the best competitors. Like Chelly is right there, maybe even more. I think if you gave him a contract today, he would literally try to go out there and play in today's game.
Probably
like,
could.
Probably would.
He's so competitive and just he's one of those guys that you're like. I was glad I didn't play a ton of them against him because we were in the West. Obviously, before he got to Chicago. But before he got there, I was in Edmonton, and in Detroit for some reason was in the Western Conference, which made no sense. But at the end of the day, he just those are the only real two. Peter Klima had a brief kind of comeback with us there, and it wasn't stuff he did that was bad, but you could see why he would rub coaches the wrong way a little bit, but it was nothing egregious or anything like that.
Why? Because of his ugly helmet?
He would tuck his jersey at 85, man. I used to love Peter Klima back in the day when I was younger.
Goal. Hey, of all the 4 Stanley Cup winning teams, if you had to have a round-robin tournament, who would come out on top?
Out of all the forwards,
the 4 Stanley Cup winning teams,
the four teams you won on. Like, which was the best team?
Which was the best team?
Cam's like, let's have a round robin tournament.
That.
They're all the same guys.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm just saying, who's the best team?
Yeah, that you know what, you always get asked. Fortunately, you win multiple cups. They always get asked what was the best one, like what was your favorite one, kind of thing. But I've never been asked that before. Holy smokes! Well, without like killing too much time, I would say,
sorry, man.
The finals would be.
You're gonna have a headache.
If you went to the
this.
final, it would be the 0-2 team, and. The hard thing is the 97 and 98 cups, we almost virtually had the exact same team. We had so little turnover. Right. So they were almost the exact same team, but I'll go with the first one just because it was the first 97 versus the 02. Oh my Lord. Holy smokes. So it's going to overtime, game 7. They're going like the Blue Jays did this year in baseball. Yeah. Like it's going overtime, game 7. My God, I don't want to disrespect anybody. Maybe because they're both in the Hall of Fame. Hasek and Vernon, they're both in the book. Man, that's a tough. I mean, that would be the final, and it would be just be a fluke. I don't know if I could answer that.
Never ending. It'll be a never ending.
So we
game.
don't know who the best team is that you won a cup with. Which one's the best one? It might be
It might be 02.
The 97. I mean, whatever.
Well, I mean. If you look at the 97, 98 Cup teams, we even like to 02, we still had a chunk of guys that were on both of those teams.
Yeah.
And the 02 that still were on the 02 team. Like obviously Stevie and Shanny and myself and Drapes and Mac and I know I'm gonna forget Nick Lidstrom. How do you forget Nick? Like Nick, Homer. Like it was crazy. So God. I mean I was extremely fortunate and blessed to be a part of this organization, and it came in at the right time. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun.
What was Babcock like? And are you surprised that so many guys have spoken out publicly about it? And he's not even coaching. You know what I mean? I mean, he hasn't been able. The last couple stops obviously didn't go his way. So. What was that experience like, man, with him, especially with a guy like you and some of your teammates being towards the latter stages of your career, Yeah.
Well, I never had, like, of all the things that have been brought up between what happened here with a couple of guys and obviously Toronto and then in Columbus, I never had anything like that happen to myself. I never witnessed it happen to, Johan Franzen obviously is the one name that comes out. I never witnessed it. Do I believe it? Yeah. Like, I mean, there's no reason why Johan would lie about it. And I know Chelly has really spoken out about it. And, the Commodore thing, yeah, like some people are like, let it go. But I mean, when a person, not just Mike, anybody, messes with your career, like, it's one thing if you're at a, no disrespect to, like, you're at a factory or you're at a company and you're working, you can, maybe change or move positions or companies, but like to get to the NHL is hard enough, let alone get there and try to stay there and play and to have someone, especially your head coach, kind of really put that in question and really make it harder than it already needs to be, that was pretty shitty. And again, I feel bad for what he did to any and all those guys, because it's just not something that you should have to go through, and not anybody in any sport or in the real world, in business. But you know, I like the one thing that really shocked me the most, because I'll say this, like, I don't think he's a stupid man. He's not a dumb person, but is he? Because the fact that he did it in Columbus too is mind-boggling. Like, you know, if I'm a player, especially as a fourth liner, I go out there and turn the puck over, I come back, it's like, okay, don't do it again, you know, learn from your mistake. I go out there, I do it again, sit down for a little bit. Go now. Go out there. Well, guess what? You're healthy. Like, he just kept doing it. And when, like, I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know. I don't understand the thinking. I don't know the thought process behind it. I think he got what he deserves to be not in the game anymore. I mean, obviously he got well compensated over his career, so it's not hurting him, his lifestyle per se. But he I know he does love hockey. I mean, he loves being around it and that, so I'm sure it's killing him that way. But still, like, the stuff that was done is just it's not right. It should never have happened. And, you know, fortunately, you know, for a guy like Mitch Marner, he was young. He had a lot of career ahead of him. Johan, you know, he had his stuff with his head, and I think that really kind of screwed him up big time. And then again, I don't know the whole exact situation with who in Columbus, but, you know, hopefully they're able to move on and move forward. But it's again, it was a different time, or like Babs was kind of at the tail end of where coaches really had a lot to say. Like, in today's world with social media and the way things are, like, the fact that people try to even do that kind of stuff is mind-boggling, because it's going to come out eventually.
Yeah.
Don't forget Moto.
Yeah,
Mike
but
Modano,
we have
too.
Adano on too,
Yeah.
but you weren't there for that, right? You were
like,
retired.
yeah,
but, like,
I retired. Well, I can thank Mo. He's one reason why I had to retire. No, I'm just kidding. Mo was awesome. Like, again, like looking at Patrick Kane today, I'm going to the game tonight, but, you know, seeing him in a Red Wing uniform is still weird. I'm glad we have him. He's been great for us. And, like, it was like Mo, like, I was like, wow, is that weird seeing him out there in a Red Wing uniform? But, you know, at the end of the day, really, does $14.99 mean anything more than $1,500? No, in the grand scheme of things, but it just looks so much nicer, right? But the biggest issue is, like, the fact that he did it in spite, just because he could and did and wanted to. And the worst thing about the whole thing was, like, Mo got hurt, a pretty serious injury with his wrist, a skate, so wasn't even sure when or if he was going to get back that year, and he worked hard, got back to play. Like, I don't even know why you would make him a healthy scratch anyway. You kind of wanted to keep playing games to catch up to speed, because there wasn't a ton of games left at the end of the year when he came back. So it was definitely something that was plotted and planned, and did it because he could. And only Mike knows why he did, but Babcock knows why he did it. And it was, for lack of a better term, it was a dick move. And I, you know, again, at the end of this day, $14.99 is a hell of a lot of hot games, but $1,500 would have just looked so much nicer.
No shit.
So you guys are having all these events and stuff like that. Does Babcock come back to Detroit for a lot of these celebratory events? Like, is he invited? I mean, he was a head coach of a cup-winning team there.
Yeah, well, that'll be interesting to see, because I think it's next year, if my math is correct. I'm not sure. If it's not next year, it's maybe in 2 years. But you know, the O2 Cup celebration will be coming around, and he was the coach of that team. I was told that he was invited to this past weekend stuff that we had. He didn't show up. He wasn't there, whether he was unavailable or just chose not to, which I think not being there is probably the best thing. But you know, I'd hate for something to happen, you know, get drinks involved, just, you know, stupid shit happens, and, you know, so I would hate for something like that to happen at a celebration event. But it will be interesting for next year, because he was the head coach. It is strictly just the people that were involved with that team that year, so maybe he will. I actually think he still has his place in Michigan, out in the Plymouth, Livonia, Northville, somewhere area. It's kind of on its way to Ann Arbor, if you know where that is. But I think he might still have it, but I've never come across him or ran into him or anything like that. I don't live out that way, but yeah, as far as I know, I think they invited him, and I think it's the right thing to do, just so that he can't say, well, I was never invited, I could never, you know, whatever. But so, and he didn't show up, but We'll see for the celebration for the O2 whether they'll invite him, and if so, whether he'll because I'd be interested to see what kind of response he gets from the crowd when he gets announced or whatever. Like that'll be interesting.
I know, because he was. I mean, listen, when I think of Babcock, I still think of him as a Red Wings coach, even more so than like a Maple Leafs coach. And listen, we had him on.
Yeah, he came on our podcast.
We had right first interview he did.
Yeah.
After he got let go by Toronto. It was several months after that, but it was the first one that he did, so people hadn't heard from him. It was a wild conversation. If you ever get a chance to go listen to it, it was pretty interesting.
The only thing that kind of bugs me about all the stuff that I saw after the Toronto and even he's never really, I don't think at least, come out and publicly just said I was wrong. Like he kind of dances around it. He never would say, I effed up. I should, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's in the past, and I think his punishment is going to be. I'd be ultra shocked if he ever got another head coaching job, and then I can't. I mean, he was trending, if not already on the path for a Hall of Fame coaching
for
career
sure
too. I mean,
with
does
all
he
the
go in the
Hockey
Hall
Canada
of Fame?
stuff,
He's got Team Canada gold medals. He's got Stanley Cup. He's gone to the Stanley He's in that mix. I don't know where his wins and losses lie with amongst everyone exactly, but I would like to think, I shouldn't say I like to think, but I would think that the Hall of Fame is a no-go, but strange things.
You never know. Hey, listen, so, you win in 97. Everybody's on cloud nine, going crazy. You're just in a euphoric high. And then you get the news about Vlatty, Konstantinov. Like, where were you? What happened after that?
Yeah, that's still like a really an emotional subject, like because Vladdy's still around. Vlatty was at the celebration, and Vlatty came out, and they had because they did back then, they called him the Vladinator from hitting, and he had the sunglasses on. He came out, and like everyone just applauded, and just an awesome guy. But we won the cup. All the stuff goes on afterwards before everyone starts going their own way. And we had a golf outing. We had a golf outing at, I forget the name of the course off the top of my head right now, but we're out there and everyone's playing. The Russian guys that weren't big golfers, they still came and drove around on carts and drank and had, whatever. And then after the golf, the plan was to go to a restaurant in, I believe, Birmingham. And so towards the end, we're still golfing, and the Russian guys, okay, we're going to take off, guys. We'll meet you guys at the restaurant. So Vlatty, Sergei, Slava Fetisov, and Sergei Benatkonov, our trainer / masseuse, jumped in one of the limos. So we had already pre-aligned a bunch of these limos would come and wait for us at the golf course to drive us. So, we were doing the right thing, and no one was drinking and driving. And we were in the clubhouse. Everyone was finished. They had already left. And then all of a sudden, I don't know who came over. I think it was Sergey. Sergey got the call, came over to Stevie, because I don't think Sergey was able to really put things in perspective, like what had happened. So Stevie got on the phone and they told him what they told him. And then Stevie kind of quickly told us all. And he bolted to go to the hospital with a few other guys. And then a lot of us, not everyone, a lot of us went back to Chris Osgood's place, sat there and just kind of waited. It was like, and the thing was like, we weren't obviously partying, but we were like, no one was even talking. It was very somber because we knew the accident was severe, but we didn't know how severe. And that we were getting some updates how bad Vlatty, like he was basically in a coma. He was unresponsive. Like he might not make it through the night. And honestly, you guys probably never had the pleasure of meeting Vlatty and getting to know Vlatty, but like, I don't know if too many people would have been able to get through what he did. That's because of how strong of a human being he was. And but at the end of the day, then the news came on, and obviously they got live news shots there at the accident, and we saw the picture of the limo, and we're like, holy, like how did the driver is the only one that came out of it unscathed, maybe a couple little marks, but he was. And anyways, so basically Vlatty and Sergey basically flew from the back end all the way through to the front, and that's why they got hurt the most. And yeah, it was awful. I mean, and that was the end of any kind of celebrating and moving forward. And it was sad. It was very sad. It still is to this day, because I think if we have Vlatty continuing moving forward, we maybe win more cups. But then, the next year we kind of played it honor. We had the badges for the guys. Fortunately, Slava Fetisov was able to heal, and his injuries were a bunch of more bruises and stuff like that. And we played for Valley, and Vlatty was at a rehabilitation place down in Florida, and we were down there on a trip for a game, and Scotty made a point that we got the bus after practice or whatever day it was, and we went and we met up and we saw Vlatty, and Vlatty's, he was physically in rough shape and even mentally, but he knew everybody, and we're like, hey, Vlatty, who knows it? And he would say everybody's name, and he'd da, and it was like I said, it was sad, but I mean, he's, you don't wish that kind of thing on anybody, and we kind of dedicated that year to those guys, and Sergei Mascots, kind of the forgotten guy out of the whole thing, because, I don't want to say because he was a trainer, but he wasn't in the spotlight. He was in a wheelchair the rest of his life as well. He was paralyzed on the one side, and playing for those guys and winning it in '98 and winning it in Washington, they acknowledged Vlatty on the jumbo screen. They put him on, and there was a lot of Red Wing fans at that game, but there was the Washington fans, and everyone stood up and applauded, and even the cap, like everyone. It was a special moment. And then coming down on the ice and Stevie putting the Stanley Cup on his lap, was one of the icing on the cake. Yeah.
Whose fault was it? Was it the driver's fault?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I might be a little off, but my understanding is, not that the guy wasn't a limo driver, but his license had expired, so he shouldn't have been driving to begin with. And I believe he basically fell asleep at the wheel, and it wasn't even that late. Like, so I don't know how. I mean, I think he may had some marijuana in the system or something. I'm not don't quote me on all that, and he veered, and I mean, if you see the picture, like the tree, the car, the front of the limo was basically wrapped around this big tree, and it was a single car accident. So it wasn't like he collided with anybody else or anything like that. It was, he veered off and hit a tree. So there was a big lawsuit. Again, I don't know all the intricates and exact details about it, but it was the driver's fault, and it's just scary when you look at it, because when they left, they just happened to like jump in that limo. Like, and I'm not saying it would have been right or wrong or anything, but like that could have been easily like me or any of our other guys in that limo, and there could have been like 6 or 7 guys in there when that happened. And again, that doesn't justify anything, but it shouldn't have happened to begin with. And you kind of you also feel bad. Like a lot of people do stupid shit when they're drinking and that, and we're trying to do the right thing, and that happened. So
no, man, appreciate you opening up about that, man. That's
appreciate that.
Super, just crazy. But when he came on the ice after you guys won the cup the second time, I mean,
awesome.
It's an iconic moment.
Well, the funny thing was too, when we won it, and we're in the dressing room now, and all the champagne's flowing around. And I remember Igor and I forget who else was like right around, and we're watching. And Vlad, they had champagne in the cup, and Vlatty wanted to drink out of it, so they're letting him. And they're like, everyone's cheering and celebrating, and then they're like trying to pull. And Vladdy's got the grip on him. He's like, he just kept drinking out of the cup. It was classic. So, I'm glad he's still around. We still see him. He was, like I said, he was there this past weekend, so it was great.
All right, a couple more things, man. We'll let you go.
You've been awesome.
You've been great. But I got to ask you about like a guy like Zetterberg. He's not talked about enough, in my opinion. I mean, it's always Datsuk, and then obviously with the Yzerman and Fedorov and all these other guys. But when he was playing, he got a lot of attention. It was always Zetterberg and Datsuk. But how good was this guy? How much did he mean to the organization? And like, what should people know about Henrik Zetterberg?
Well, he's a great human being, first of all. Like, I was happy, that when we have these celebrations and fan fest and stuff like that with a lot of the alumni, it's harder for those European guys to come over, especially with this, flights being canceled and all that because of the shutdown. But he came over. I mean, he's a regular guy. Like he just likes to have a beer with the guys and shoot the shit and tell stories. And he's pretty happy-go-lucky, and he just, he would talk to anybody, like, sign an autograph. He has no problems with that kind of stuff. He's a very humble person. And obviously his on ice speaks for itself. And again, like I told you how a lot of people probably didn't realize how strong Stevie was for a guy that wasn't very big stature. Hank was the same way. Like a lot of those European guys, they're balanced, their core, like they're so strong on their skates. And Hank couldn't have been 180, 85 pounds, soaking wet, but he's taking the puck to the net. He's strong on his stick, and guys couldn't get the puck away from this guy. We're like, how the hell is he doing this? Obviously there's a skill set and whatever to it, but I mean, he was just a great guy. He was a great leader when he was named the captain to take that over from Nick. And again, like he's one of those guys that you just, he deserves everything that he got in his career. And for me, I think he had I'm not downplaying where, the criteria these days for the Hall of Fame, but I think he definitely should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. He'll probably get there, man, at some point. Hey, listen, you had this reputation.
Should Ozzy, I should say that too. Ozzy should be there 100%.
Yeah. You feel that strongly about Ozzy? Because that one's more debatable for a lot of people on the bigger,
He's got 400, just over, but he's got 400. I mean, not to get off the beaten path or anything, but like, he comes in with us. We win the cup in 97. Well, not with us. He was already here. 97. Vernon plays over the young guy, the up and coming guy. Next, they trade Vernon after we win the Stanley Cup to San Jose. Ozzy's like the pressure is instantly on Ozzy now to go win. He wins it in 98. Plays great. He lets a bad goal in from center ice, I think, on Langenbrunner, then comes back and shuts him out in Game 6 in Detroit. And then we go on to win. And then we move on because we get Dominic Hasek for the 0-2 Cup run. He goes to the Islanders on waivers. And I think that was the worst part about the whole thing was we lost a guy that I think should be in the Hall of Fame for nothing. He got picked up on the waiver wire by the Islanders. They went on a couple decent runs. They got in the playoffs, and they had that young team there. Then he comes to you guys in St. Louis, and he played well for you guys. And again, you guys had the 1 year, I think you guys made it to the conference finals, and I can't remember who they lost to or whatever, but Ozzy was involved in that. And then he came back to us and he takes over from a Hall of Famer to win the cup in 2008. And it's not, he just, I don't know. I just think his body, you can't sit there and tell me we had all these great teams. Marty Brodeur just definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but he had some pretty good teams in front of him in New Jersey too. Craig Ludwig with those shin pads that freaking were like goalie pads kind of thing. Yeah. But I mean, I don't begrudge anybody that's in or consider going in or that. I just think Chris, it should be, you just don't hear his name being bantered around. Is he going to be on the next list or anything? I just think he should be. That's all. I mean, without going into statistics and all that, and that's just me. Fourth line.
No, that's fair, man. And you were in the room with him. You played with him. Right. So it's just he's a name that when people talk about it, it creates a debate. But I mean, winning means a lot, man. The guy's got 4 Stanley Cups, and listen, he was great to be around when he was here in St. Louis. Man, I love covering him. I always had time, and it's good to
he
catch
spoke
up
so
with
highly of his
him.
time in St. Louis. Just with I think everyone would. I mean, I've only got to know Walt a little bit off the ice, seeing him from scouting, but obviously I hear all the stories of all the guys and what they talk about and how he was as a teammate. And I don't think anyone that went into St. Louis or Arizona or wherever, Winnipeg, wherever Walt was playing, I think you probably enjoyed your time there.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen, you got under the skin of so many guys, man. You were such a pain in the ass, and you relished on it. You loved it, and you had a reputation for it. Who did you enjoy giving the hardest time to for a complete game, who you knew hated playing against you, that you just absolutely owned? Was there anybody?
Yeah, who'd you torture?
Or who would give it back to you too?
Crosby?
Who was it? Who was the big rivalry, the personal, the one-on-one rivalry you had?
Well, I don't know if I necessarily had a rival. I mean, when you're going into the games and, the season is so long, so it gets kind of, sometimes you're not going to have it. But when it comes playoff time, for me personally, I knew, depending on who we're playing, who was going to be the main, the big trick or the biggest hard thing out of all being a pain in the ass and trying to, annoy, that is not taking penalties. And if you're going to take a penalty, you got to bring someone with you, so that was the hardest thing sometimes, is not getting caught doing the little, little tap on the back of the leg or whatever it might be. Especially it was easier then because there was only one guy with the red armband, and now you got the 2 guys out there. So it was a little harder later on, but I mean, St. Louis was a team that I wouldn't say I loved it because I knew I was going to get punched in the face and whatever. But, when you have like I said, they had some great teams and they were a real threat to knock us off. So, I did anything and everything that I could to, and it wasn't necessarily the Chris Prongers of the world, because I mean, Chris was as nasty as anybody. So you didn't have to do anything to piss that guy off. But it was the higher, like the higher end guys, and like I said, Scotty would throw us out against the Hully line, or out against Al McInnes and stuff like that, where I would get that opportunity. Where sometimes on a fourth line, you might not, you're not getting put out there against the higher end guys. The one time where I kind of questioned or really kind of backed off or was a little careful was because I believed what he said was we were playing Arizona, and I believe it was like late in the season regular season game, and being a pain in the ass, and had been a pain in the ass, and he had played, but what was his name? Search of the Sea, not Cunning. He played for Chicago and Arizona. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but he threatened me that he was going to stick me in the face with his stick and like rip my eyes out, whatever. And I believed him. And because he goes, I don't care. They can suspend me for 100 games. I'm retiring after this year anyways. And I was like, oh yeah, I better not go near him again. It's really going to bug me now. I can't think of his name.
What year was that? What year was that, you think?
Well, they were playing in the old rink in Arizona before they moved to Glendale. It starts with a C. He played in Chicago.
Jim Cummings?
Cummings, thank you. Jim Cummings, yeah. And
Jim Cummings.
Big Jimmy.
Yeah, I believe what he said. And, I don't know. I thought about when I knew I was coming on here, thinking about the teams that you guys had, and, Kelly Chase, obviously, I mean, I was careful around him because, I know Chaser wasn't the biggest guy, but pound for pound, like he could give it to anybody. But also Twister, thank God I didn't have any run-ins with him. He would have just destroyed me. And the one time, so I guess to answer your question, I don't know if I had one guy or whatever, but like I just knew I had a job, and part of the reason I was in the lineup consistently, especially with Scotty, was playing the way I played, and if there was any truth to me running over Paul Coffey, like that's kind of why, because Paul Coffey's in the Hall of Fame, but I didn't take any real I don't want to say I didn't care who it was, but I would try to throw them off, because sometimes if you gave the wrong guy the whack, a better player, and maybe didn't even hurt him or anything like that, but it was like the whole bench would go crazy, and then you're like, oh shit, here we go. But it was, I don't know, I enjoyed it. Kind of tiptoed around it a few times. The era that I played in, especially earlier on, it was I kind of count my blessings because getting like a guy threatening to jump you was legit, or two-hand you or whatever it might have been, or carve your eyes out was legit. So but we just had, we always got our balls busted as a team because we weren't tough enough. We had too many Europeans, but the cliche of team tough really did apply to us. It really did. Guys stuck up. I mean, in the 0-2 cup run, we had the one like bit of a melee a couple times late in the game, and Luke Robitaille was in there, not fighting, but he was kind of throwing his arms and this and that just to protect up for Thomas Holmstrom and guys like that. So but yeah, it was, I never tried to hurt anybody like by two-handing them across the face or any of that, but definitely as we're going off and changing, give a little whack in the back of the leg to piss them off or this or that. Yeah, and then like you said, every once in a while was able to chip in a goal here and there, and I think that might have just added fuel to the fire when we scored.
Yeah, you mean that end-to-end goal against Columbus? I got to give you a shout out on that, dude. I was creeping you out on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Oh, don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you don't know. Come on.
No. Yeah. No.
That was sick.
No, I do. Well, those are so few and far between for me. Like I honestly when it is funny though. My son, I have a 17-year-old, but a handful of years ago, when I was helping coach his team, and the beauty of YouTube, the kids are like, go, and then they come into practice. They're like, Coach Maltby, I Googled you last night and saw, man, you could score goals in wherever. And I'm like, oh yeah, it was times have changed, but yeah, it's, yeah, it's when you score a highlight reel goal, get a little lucky doing it, you definitely don't forget those ones. But again, those are few and far between. And that was the one thing about our line was, as much as we could chip in a little bit here and there, we didn't have to. Like Scotty didn't not want us to help out offensively, but we had a goal and an objective to do what our line did. And if we did score, that was great. But outside of that, he's like, he didn't care, because we had the Steve Yzermans and the Shannys and the Fedorovs and Liz, it goes on and on and on. So it was there wasn't too many scoring droughts that our team went through over the course of a season.
Shit.
All right, last thing for you, and we didn't even get into Lidstrom or whatever. I know you mentioned, referenced him a couple times, but whatever you want to say about him. But I'm just curious, did you guys always get along? Like, were your practices intense? Like, would guys go at it in practice? I mean, he had so many superstars, but sometimes the superstars, I don't know, maybe they're just, it's maintenance day between games. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So like, what was the intensity level of your guys' practices?
No, Scotty had long practice. Like, no way his length of practices would fly today with these guys today. Like, I mean, I think these guys are bitching if they're on the ice for more than 45 minutes of practice. Like, we were an hour to an hour and a half on any given day. Now playoffs have changed, but no, like, I know there was an issue before I got here. I remember it was on video, and it was Proby and Primo, whatever. Yeah, but like, it was competitive though. Like, the penalty killers in particular, like guys like me and Chris, we never played power play unless it was late in the game. We're up by a bunch of goals, and Scotty might give us a bit. But so in practice, we knew we were always getting a penalty kill in practice against the first unit, second unit, which are both first units, and you knew they were getting pissed off at us if we were effing around too much and or celebrating when we get the puck out and being a pain in the ass. Instead of not shooting the puck or maybe not shooting it as hard, well, then we'd eat one in the foot or something like that, But yeah. Hully was always great about that, because Hully knows how his shot was, so he would never, do that to guys. And I only played with Hully briefly, but as nice of a guy as Nick Lidstrom is, he might maybe bury one into you, not too bad, but he'd keep it down, but only in the shins. But Shanny, he'd give you a little whack for sure. Chelly for sure. But no, our practice, and I think that's what made us so good, was we had so much skill for the most part, year in and year out, that everyone pushed each other and made each other be better in practice, where it just came kind of just in games. We just went out there and played. We didn't even have to think more times than not. So again, I was just extremely lucky, in the right place at the right time to get traded here when I did and go on the run that we did. So for me, it was, I don't care, do anything in practice, whatever. It was a blessing, and it was just I was very fortunate to end up having the career that I did.
Yeah,
damn right.
Well, you were lucky, but
career.
Like, you were a big part of it, dude.
Yeah, you were.
Household name for sure.
Yeah,
all you guys, man. So congrats on what you're doing. We don't have too many like you playing in the game today, dude. Is there a guy who's the biggest rat? I mean, they're all like superstars. Matthew Tkachuk and Marchand and Tom Wilson, all these guys. They're all like all-star players. You know what I mean?
No, it's definitely hard today. Like I said, well, I mean, because nowadays too, it's like you can get suspended after the fact. Like back then, if you didn't get caught during the game, more or less, unless you killed someone, like it was over and done with. It was like, that's it. Like now it's like, okay, I got away with it. But then you get the phone call, go down to the GM's office. Yeah, you're out or you got a meeting or like a one-on-one meeting with the NHL. I mean, there was one actually where Shanny, I forget where we were. I think we were in Carolina, and he actually got kicked out of the game or whatever, but he said he was sitting on the bench like this, and the penalty box was directly across from us, and the referees, and something happened. He was like, when Shanny's wires touched, it was all over. Like, he doesn't really even remember sometimes what happened, but so he got kicked out because of a water ball. Threw a water ball at the refs, and he goes, I didn't even really try to throw it at him. He goes, I meant to throw it at the boards, the edge of the boards, and just like whatever, and it went over and slid across. So we went back and we saw the video like a day or two later. Oh no, it was like a full like lob in the air, and it landed like 3 feet from the referee's feet, and we're like, yeah, shit. He goes, oh, I don't remember that, but yeah, when Shanny got pissed off, you wanted to be on the right side of that one. So but yeah, I don't know, but it was good. Like you said, the Matthew Tkachuk, like I hate him because he's not on our team. I would love to have him on our team, but like that stuff. I mean, doing what they did at the Four Nations was awesome. It was great for the sport, and it was awesome. It made for great drama. I loved watching that stuff, but it's hard to get away with stuff out there today. Like even Tom Wilson, that guy's just so big and strong. I think he honestly is trying not to do things to get suspended, but he's just too big and strong and can skate. Like it's dangerous.
Yeah,
he hits, man.
I know,
like
man.
a truck. Dude, you're the
All
man.
right, Maltz.
You're the man.
Thanks, buddy.
We appreciate it, man.
We'll be in
thanks for
touch.
having me on. I appreciate it. I've told Andy before, when I'm doing my leaves or cutting my grass in the summer, like I listen to you guys' podcasts. I have a few things I rotate in and out, so I enjoy listening to you guys as well. It's fun, especially when you hear some of the stories from guys that I've played with or against and stuff like that. So you guys are doing a great job, and
that's why we do it, baby.
Thanks,
success.
Man. People love it. People will love hearing from you too, man. So all the best. We'll see you soon.
You're the man.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Yep. All right, that was Kirk Maltby, baby.
What a good guest that was. He was fantastic.
One of the best at truly he wasn't like a agitator, like a Tutu or something like that, right? But he was. He was.
Well,
I mean, he was.
Tutu was tougher and more intimidating,
right.
sure,
but I mean, he would play though too. Like these guys scored some huge goals. Tutu could play too, but I'm just like that line for a line to stay together as long as they did on a championship winning level.
For him to even make that team,
incredible.
For him to even make that team.
What does that tell you about him? That Yzerman and these guys always kept these guys around,
always,
man.
yeah, no doubt. And the coaches saw that. I mean, they were loaded. They were so loaded, but they knew they needed a guy like this. He penalty kills. He's in your face after every single shift. He'll fucking hit you and put you downtown Chinatown. He will. There's monster hits of him, and he scores big time goals. Like he had a little bit of everything, man. And I would love to have him. I'd love to be his line mate. Like, he's going in and he doesn't lose the puck. Like, he's going to make a little play for you. He's going to keep it simple for you. He's going to get the fucking puck out of the zone every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Love those kind of players, man. And he's an awesome guy. Anybody you talk, Kirk, they'll be like, he's an awesome dude. Great teammate. Winner. 4-time Stanley Cup winner. Jesus. I don't know how much money he made. Hopefully he's sitting on a little bit of a nest egg there, man, because he deserves it.
Yeah, but I think when you're part of a championship-winning organization like that, and they keep everyone around. Draper works in the organization. Yzerman obviously doing his thing. Kirk Maltby working in the organization. Chris Osgood working in the organization.
Ozzy always talks good about him too.
Oh yeah,
always.
And I loved Ozzy, man. We've had him on, but he was doing dishes the whole episode. Remember?
Oh yeah, and his dog was barking and stuff.
I'm like, Ozzy,
what are you doing?
You're doing dishes.
He had a good quote for us though. It blew up.
We didn't do the. We didn't have video at the time, so he was over the phone. And he was doing dishes.
Yeah, remind me what
was this quote?
I forgot, but it blew up.
Something about
something. But
Datsuk maybe.
But I like that. I'm like, who's the most popular guy through all those monsters on your teams? He's like fucking Darren McCarty. Anywhere you go,
Darren McCarty.
Over Eyes, Shanny, Fedorov. Jesus.
We've had great conversation with Darren McCarty.
Darren,
too.
we
gotta get him.
And he's doing well, man. I know he went through some tough times and stuff like that, but he said Darren McCarty. But the number one guy that he even played with, most popular, that he's just like, was Bobby Probert. Isn't that weird? Mm-hmm. Those two guys, of all those Hall of Famers, those are the most popular guys. It's crazy.
Bobby Probert.
Oh my God. He's just, I'm so curious of him still.
Did you watch that documentary on him?
Yes. Watch everything on him. He was on his boat, man. He's like, I just never want to be embarrassed. And he's right. Like, I was never afraid to get hurt. I didn't want to be embarrassed.
Really?
Yeah. Knocked out and fucking choking on your tongue. Now, like, when I got knocked out by Winchester with a hit.
He was on your team.
He was on my team, but it wasn't like I'm worried about my... Really, I'm like, I should worry about my head, but I was like, God, I was choking on my tongue, and all my family was there, and my friends, and Jesus.
It's a big tongue, too.
I'm like this. I was trying to get up. Like,
your head is so big and everything.
Did you get hurt ever? It's easy to chirp. I like how people chirp when you get hurt. Andy chirps people that got hurt.
I didn't chirp you.
Yeah, you did. You just did. I didn't like it.
You hurt me on the ice with an elbow to the head.
brushed against. Don't come out with the big boys.
And I
no. Don't come out with the big boys.
Do you know
you're not invited anymore?
Do you know?
No. You're not invited anymore.
Do you know I still have symptoms to this day?
That's exactly. You're too fragile. You're too fragile.
Like sometimes
Hopefully Ty is tougher than you.
Sometimes I can't find my keys and stuff like that.
Hopefully Ty is tougher.
I'll be like, this is from the cam hit.
Hopefully Ty is tougher than you.
Oh, he's inherited my toughness, boy.
Oh, shit. He's way tougher than you already. That's why I don't know. He's just got a little bit more than you and everything.
What are you trying to say?
He's bigger, he's stronger, he's tougher. Where'd that come from? Lori's side?
I don't know,
Could
man.
be.
But it's nothing wrong with that.
No! Thank God.
You want your kids to be better at you than everything.
Yeah.
At everything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you felt that way about your cat.
What? Why do you bring up stuff like that just to hurt me? I still think about Boo Boo
and shit all over the house. Everywhere.
I kept her alive too long. Fuck. If I'm a cloner like Tom Brady cloned his fucking dog the other day, we didn't even talk about that. Would I clone Boo Boo? I don't know. I would just go get.
How did he clone his
I
dog?
don't fucking know.
Because I wish I would have done that with my dog.
It reminds me of Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
You clone your dog like that, it ain't gonna be exactly like your doggy was.
That's amazing.
It might be a son of a bitch.
No,
like
that's amazing.
Like Pet fucking Cemetery. You ever read that book?
Scary.
Horrifying.
Stop trying to scare me.
Horrifying. Little boy dies.
Do you
comes
get
back.
nightmares?
Yeah. Shit,
Like,
yeah, boy.
Like, not like you're going to show up late to the rink.
No, like shit kicking.
Like
I'm gotta go in the depths of hell to save Kate, and there's monsters everywhere like Dante's Inferno. And I gotta be a fucking badass and fucking slay these motherfucking demons to get my baby back. You're goddamn right.
When I was a kid, I used to
slaying demons.
When I was a kid, I used to have nightmares of like elephants and all these like animals coming in my room.
You're not good at storytelling.
Kill me.
You're just not a good storyteller.
I don't know what story, dude.
I know, but it's like, okay.
So this guy who got mauled by the bear, though, did you hear the story? I asked you originally if you heard the story.
No.
He talked to his parents right before that.
Oh, yeah, he died, man. Like I
hate hearing that because I spend a lot of times in the wilderness, dude.
No, you haven't. And he's always got to compare himself to somebody who died. This guy's been a professional photographer way up in Alaska. And he's like, I went on a trip one time. No, you're not him. You've never done anything he's done.
Radar tech mauled to death by polar bears while photographing them in Arctic outpost.
Yeah, man, it's fucking scary.
34 years old, man.
Yeah, there was...
He told family not to worry.
Let's go.
See.
Let's go.
There was no reason to fear after they learned he'd been taking photographs of polar bears while working at a radar site on Brevoort Island, according to the Canadian press. They're not close to us, he told his stepdad. I know the difference, right?
Come on. He died. It's brutal.
This is a tough one, dude.
Anyway.
Because I think about that, especially when I went head-to-head with a bear in Lake Tahoe that one time. Because I manifested that, because talking about bears all the time, that's what created that situation.
PTSD that you said before, and then we had to delete it because Andy said he has PTSD. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing to say.
Well, wasn't intentional to say
that.
I
go, and Andy's like, can we delete that? And we did, but Andy's like, I got PTSD too. We're talking about a fucking soldier.
I wasn't talking about
We're talking
that.
about soldiers fucking going through hell. And he's like, I got PTSD too.
Okay.
You are your self-awareness.
Okay, but that was not intentional. I do want to point out that
it's unbelievable
that we had military night at the game the other night, and I talked to a number of different military people throughout the course of the game. The St. Louis Blues Warriors were there, talking to the president.
Those are my people, baby.
And it was great to be in the box with them and bring them on onto the game. And I went viral. Did you see me go viral with Christine Bennington?
Oh, she did.
Yeah, but
you weren't even in the picture.
It was my question.
I know.
And it was my voice on there.
Because she said, do I look nervous or something like that?
I said, are you nervous? And she said, do I look nervous? She played it off perfectly. Awesome. And then I had another interview, Cam.
Oh, badass.
With Hunter Skinner's dad. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
You didn't hear how emotional he got?
See, this yeah, I saw it. Actually, I want to give Hunter Skinner. He had a really good game the other day.
I thought he should have played the next game.
I know. He was back.
He knows exactly who he is. He's 24 years old.
Smooth with the puck. Hunter Skinner, I'm giving you a little shout out. This isn't virtue signaling like Andy's going to do about talking to your daddy. You look damn good in that fucking your debut. 25 years old. Kind of got stuck in the minors a little bit there. He was solid. Made nice plays. Nice little soft passes up the middle. Even talking to some of the guys, like, yeah, fucking Skinner.
But I love these stories when these kids play their first ever career NHL game.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It really is. And it was great to have his speak to his parents during the game. But let me just show you this real quick, Cam.
Oh, sorry, Maddie.
Okay,
I mean, it's going to be a picture of him.
Sometimes it's about the player, but it's always about the families as well. We saw you get emotional during warm-up. What does this mean to the family?
Everything, you know. He works so hard, and like you said, a lot goes into it. You're killing me.
Oh,
That's all right.
Like
That's
Roy
actually really
Firestone
good.
here. No, it is. It is emotional because, I mean, since he's been like 3 or 4 years old, it's been traveling all the United States and Canada and just giving every opportunity he can, you know, just get better and better every year and giving every avenue he needed. So it's been a blessing. You know, we've never missed a thing. We've been fortunate, and here it is. Come through.
Oh, that's actually. I'm glad you played that. Actually.
I mean,
I'm glad you played that.
Yeah, dude.
That was sweet.
Any hockey parent can relate, man, because you do everything for your kids.
Yeah.
And it's such a incredible experience. And you do spend so much time traveling, USA, Canada. And for this dad to see his kid achieve something he's worked a lifetime to get to. I mean, a real dream. I mean, he's reaching a dream. This guy's played 260 plus games in professional hockey in the East Coast League and the American League.
He grinded
it out. Second organization.
Yeah,
and
he's a good kid too,
and a great kid. And to see him get that opportunity and see what it meant to the family.
His dad was choked up there, baby.
It's amazing.
Your daddy he could be a big tough boy, but he's gonna get choked up when he sees his son wear that jersey for the first time, wheel around on the ice in warm-ups by himself.
Baby, dude.
It's your baby. You did so much time with him. He's a good kid. I'm rooting for that family.
So I love
it.
that stuff.
So do
man.
I do too. I'm glad you played that actually.
Yeah. So we went viral twice already this year.
Andy thinks that he was the reason why that went viral, not the dad.
He called me
not to Skinner. Just Andy. Good thing Andy did that.
He called me Roy Firestone. If you know who Roy, if you know who Roy Firestone is. You don't know that?
I don't know.
Dude, he was one of the best interviewers, and he would make people cry all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, you didn't make him cry. He made himself cry because he's thinking about the situation.
Mm.
Like, any question would have made him cry. Anybody could have been like, hey,
no,
what do you tell me about the situation? He'd be like, he's going to choke up.
There's a precision.
What'd you do differently? I'm just curious. It's always about you.
Is there precision, precise
you
way.
See how I went viral? No, she did.
All right, listen. I
No,
got
she did.
I
Let's
gotta
go.
I gotta get out of here. So, but
Andy's got to go.
But I think
Andy's got to go.
I thank Christine Bennington, and then of course Steve Skinner, and Michelle Skinner, who is
And
also,
Michelle Skinner. What's up, girl?
Yeah.
Love you guys.
And a big shout out to Cam Fowler, who got to point number 500.
What up, baby?
The 80th
Another great guy.
defenseman in NHL history
Another
to get
great
there.
human being. Only 88. Damn.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
I
It's hard to get.
It was amazing.
It's hard to get. As a
Our
D-man.
Chemistry podcast brought to you by Stiefel. Firstform.com/Chemistrick. Use our link today. Christmas season is here. Let us know what's going in your stocking. Send
Christmas
us some
time
pictures.
is here again.
Oh, yes. I need a Christmas tree in here for our shows. I may have to bring one.
Keep going. You could. Don't get
True
distracted.
Float.
True Float. Let's go.
Where they from?
Edmonton. Let's go.
True Float.
Shit kicking.
Yeti.
Pussy.
Huh? I'm sorry.
Pussy.
Get a True
Woman
Float.
and a man.
I know it. Yeah. Okay. True Float, baby.
And he learned something today. 2 daughters.
Oh, God, dude. SparksHockey.com. Sparks.
Figure it out.
SPARX. Don't go to.
Seth. Who knows what he's doing?
What's he getting for Christmas?
Whatever he wants from next door neighbor's house when they're gone.
Stealing?
Probably a little bit of painkillers.
Oh.
Underwear from the mom.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying.
5-finger discount.
Cruising around, looking at every drawer.
Okay.
Dirty laundry.
Oh, my
I'm just
God.
telling you.
Really? He's doing all of that,
Yes.
too?
Sniffing around.
Okay, that's nasty. Just, you know.
Well, that's what psychos do.
Okay. Get a Sparks.
Stay away from him.
Use the promo code Cam and Strick. You save more money than Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And you'll never have to go to the hockey shop again and have someone else ruin your skates. You got your own skate sharpener. I mean, you'll make back the money that you spent. It's the best investment you'll ever make.
It's pretty damn good.
Man.
No doubt about it.
Ever. So get one and get one today. Sparks Hockey, baby. SparksHockey.com. Blue Note Roofing. Call David Novak. 314-920-5713.
Say it again.
314-920-5713.
There it is.
Blue Note Roofing, baby. Call him today.
Yeah, baby.
All right, Kirk Maltby.
Awesome.
Great stuff.
Great
man.
stories.
Great stories. I hope you enjoyed it, and we
Yeah.
love getting the old school guys on. I mean, the new guys they're cool too, but
Sometimes they just don't. They're in a jam a little bit when it comes to that stuff.
yeah.
But these guys are perfect. Like they're just out of the game.
Yeah.
A decade ago
dude.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you don't love the old Red Wings, Avalanche,
Are you
Red
kidding?
Wings Blues.
If you're a young kid, you don't even really remember it. Just go on
Yeah.
YouTube and look
I
at
know.
it. Talk about rivalries.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys had the best. No. These guys wanted to kill each other.
Right.
That's
right.
right. That's a rivalry. Right
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Blood.
Thanks, Cam.
Blood was
All right,
involved.
for Maddie and everybody
See you
affiliated
guys.
with the Cam and Strick podcast,
See you, Matt. Thanks,
subscribe today.
Love you guys. See you, dudes.
I'll be out of town, and I'll be back.
And he's out of town. Let him tell you stories from out of town.
Yoink! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul Dragon Cougars, no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go.